and a bad punt. Other than that, though, we've really started the game well.
Ooh.
Welcome to the WINFL show at the Hebrides. I do apologise for the tardiness there. A couple of technical issues.
Am I a technical issue?
You are absolutely a technical issue.
Yeah.
We're doing the Saints and the Giants. Saints had the ball. They went 3 and out and they punted it. The Giants now have the ball. They've got it first and 10. We will make sure that we're in sync with each other here. I'm seeing a countdown: 18, 17, 16, 15.
Oh, you are a good 5 seconds ahead of me then.
Okay, Drew Lock's passing outright and it's dropped. So if we're 5 seconds ahead, I'm going to pause my stream now. Let me know when you hit 36 seconds on the game clock, the play clock.
No.
No.
Okay, that's fine. So we're roughly within about a second of each other now. I've paused it. Usually it's me who lags behind. So we'll see how we get on here.
I think
Okay,
you have it
so
down as the fourth quarter on the YouTube.
so I do, because I'm an idiot. To go down the fourth quarter. Technical issues abound here. Drew Lock going deep left, and it is that a catch?
Oh, I think so.
Ooh.
Slayton.
Out of bounds.
Is he out of bounds, is he?
I think so. I thought.
Dave, would you mind just turning your mic down a touch? Yeah, he does look like he's out of bounds. I'll tell you what, though. What an effort that catch was. What an effort.
His feet were in bounds. He just couldn't hold on to it. I think the ground helped him catch it, so they've ruled it incomplete.
How's that for mic volume?
That's much better. Thank you very much. It's a deep right pass. It's caught. There was a flag on the play. That looks like he's down to about the 39-yard line, about a yard shy of the first down, but there is a flag. We'll see what's going to happen with that.
Very early one. Illegal formation or holding.
Could be illegal formation. Seen that before. Illegal formation. To the offense. So, obviously you can see, for those watching, you can see our scores, these predictions at the bottom here. I predicted New Orleans 23-10. Dave's predicted New Orleans 22-19. And Jake has predicted New Orleans 24-18 winners in this one.
So naturally, the Giants will win.
So
basically, Neosa thinks that the Saints are going to pretty much just walk over the Giants, 23-10. Me and Jake think it's going to be a lot closer within a score anyway.
Drew Lock's escaping the rush side. He's running at left. He's going for it. He's running for it. He is. Oh, he may be a yard shy. It depends on where they mark him. That might be a first down for Drew Lock.
That
might be a first down. He had lots of time there.
Look, scramble for 15 yards is rough. The Saints are 32nd against the run.
No, that's
5.2 yards per carry.
First and 10 from the 38-yard line. It's going to be a handoff for left-hand side. He stumbled there, but he keeps his feet. He picks up maybe 2 yards. I don't actually have my list here of who number 29 is.
Should be Tyron Tracy, I would imagine.
I should have. I've usually got my list of the players' numbers.
Jake, what's your opinion of Carl Granderson?
We did very well to pay him when we did, because he would have been worth more. And then he had a decent year. And then this year he's not really pressed on.
Second and 8. Snap, Lock, throws it out right, dropped, brings up 3rd and 8. Sorry, Dave, your mic is still just a bit louder than Jake's. Can you just turn it down?
Too loud?
Another tiny, or even just move it a little bit away from your mouth. So it's just a little bit louder than Jake is. 3rd and 8.
I can move mine closer if we need.
Is that better?
I think so. We'll find out when we actually start talking during the game. It's quite difficult to tell just now. 3rd and 8. Shotgun. 2 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left, 1 back set. Lock back to pass. He steps up. The ball is batted and goes backwards. And I think, are they going to call that an incomplete? Yeah, incomplete pass. It's blown dead. 4th and 8. Good defensive stop there.
A bit of a no man's land for the Giants here as well.
What are they going to do? They're going to punt.
They could have done with a better play call on third, and even if you get a couple of yards, go for it on fourth. 4th and 8 is
Oh, they're going for it.
interesting.
They're going for it. Wow.
Right on the edge of Graham Gano territory.
4th and
It's
8. Brings him on in motion. Snap. Lock. Straight drop. Looks. He's flushed out to his right. There's a flag. It's going to be holding. And he goes down. He managed to get rid of the ball. There is a flag that is going to be holding on the offense, I think. And there the Giants
decline it.
I would decline it because it's an incomplete pass.
Oh yeah.
Um,
What? Why? Why did this happen? Why did they go for that?
I don't know. Going for it on 4th and 8 with 11:35 to go in the first quarter in midfield.
It would have been what, a 54-yard attempt?
Oh, another flag. Oh, what's going on here? I actually have no idea what's happening now.
The offense is still going off the field, so I think it is just going to clean it up and be Saints ball.
There are 2 fouls against the offensive play. Holding, number 42.
Holding.
Decline. Intentional grounding, quarterback number 2.
Oh, intentional grounding.
Oh, they're getting him for intentional because they declined the hold, and they've got they're getting him for intentional grounding. Okay, that's fine. So it's a strange start for the Giants there. Defensively, they get the Saints to go 3 and out, but then that was a bit of an offensive. I don't even know what you're going to call that.
Nothing we're allowed to say on YouTube.
Just really poor management. If you know you're going to go for it on 4th down, 3rd and 8, almost within field goal range, to throw an incomplete pass and then throw it, that's really poor management.
It was quite poor, actually. So we've got 0-0 now game. Saints get the ball back. Jake, you're a Saints fan. Tell us about what's been going on as far as you, in your mind, with your team. Tell us about it.
Obviously, we saw the start of the season with the 2-0, 2 very big victories, thinking, oh my God, we might be having a New Orleans Saints and a New Orleans Super Bowl. And then we proceeded to lose 7 in a row. Fire the manager, which long overdue. We've had a bit of an upturn with Rizzy. With Taysom Hill now lost for the season, and who knows, losing your ACL, tearing your ACL at 34 is no joke. So prayers up and hope he can come back. But it's a strange one because we're 3-4 games below 500, and yet could still win the division. We're only 2 behind Atlanta, which is crazy.
It is crazy. Patrick Jackson says, "Have a good evening, gentlemen, and Godspeed." Thank you very much, Patrick. Do appreciate you stopping by, as it were. We'll have a quick look at some of the scores around the league. Patrick's Jags are losing 3-0 to the Titans. Dolphins beating the Jets 6-0. Falcons are 7-0 up over the Vikings, interestingly. 0-0 in our game. 0-0 Panthers, Eagles, 3-0 Steelers over the Browns, and 7-0 Bucks over the Raiders. Obviously, we're getting closer to the season now. As Jake mentioned there, Dave, the Saints, they're still in with a shot here. If they win another couple of games, if Atlanta slip up, Tampa Bay slip up, and the Saints could actually be fighting for the division. It's kind of crazy to think that, because at one point, it looked like the Saints were incredible, as Jake said, and then they were hopeless. And now we'll see what happens.
It's been like that in the NFC South for a couple years now. The records have not been good, but all teams bar the Panthers have always been kind of fighting for that top spot. What was it? The Bucks last 2 years, I want to say. Was it 2 or maybe 3? I don't know. Jake will correct me. How long the Bucks have won that? It's at least
Definitely
2.
Yeah. It's Brady.
But the Falcons, well, they haven't been great with Ridder last couple of years. Obviously, they've got Captain Kirk now, but there's a lot of questions about him.
First,
it's going to be fun.
10, swinger pass to Alvin Kamara. He goes out of bounds. Looks like pick up a 7 or 8. Yeah, you're right, Dave. And Jake, despite anything else that may happen, Alvin Kamara is still one of the best running backs in the league as far as an all-purpose, every down back, particularly receiving. He's one of the best players in the entire team. I'm assuming, I don't know, has he signed a contract or is he due to sign a contract?
Oh, yeah, he signed a contract, didn't he?
Did he sign
I
it
think we
this
covered that
year?
a few
I,
weeks
I
ago.
cannot
Yeah,
remember.
He halfway through the season, he was playing injured and not with a contract. I mean, just shows the dedication he has to
That's
the
right.
team,
And he
as he
gets
gets
absolutely
pummeled.
buried on that play. That brings up a third down. Was that just a missed block? It was just incredible. Just a missed block. And number 5 there managed to get through. Is that Thibodeau? See number 5?
Thibodeau, yeah. No, or it could be Brian Burns.
I think it's Thibodeau's number 5.
Thibodeau, yeah.
For the Giants. Okay, so it brings up 3rd and 5 for the Saints. They're on the 44-yard line of the Giants. And it's an inside handoff to Kamara. He's got the first down. He's down to about the 35. Are we still in sync? Are we still in sync, everyone?
Yes, so far ahead of me.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I will pause. They're just about to show the replay with a reverse angle that I'm looking at now.
Yeah, he's just got the ball.
Yeah. I'll see when the play clock comes up for me.
Yeah, let me know
Yeah,
when the
it's
play
best.
clock comes up.
Play 16, 15, 14.
Yeah,
I'm so synced. I'm on perfect with Dave.
perfect. Okay, that's great. So it's a
Oh.
handoff to Kamara to the right this time, and he's taken down. So that was the first down play. So it's another maybe loss of a yard there. Do you reckon, guys?
Maybe
Probably.
2.
Yeah.
It's been a struggle on offense so far for both teams.
Both teams, yeah. It's been an offensive battle so far. We look at we look at the injuries to the Giants defense, and they have had quite a few injuries. The Giants, to the defense, ball snapped, and it's a back pass, and that's a loss of yardage.
3 there.
I didn't like that backwards pass to the running back. Didn't like that one at all.
So far, we got a first down and then have gone back 5 yards. So that's an interesting strategy. We'll see if it plays off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because again,
So this-
kind of in no man's land with the ball. So
Yeah.
We are 3rd and 15 from their own. From the 41 of the Giants. And it's going to be a pass from Carr, and he's down to the 35. Would you say 35-yard line? Williams down to the
Oh, that'll be
35 there.
I don't like that.
It gets him a field goal range. So
52, 53. Yeah.
Yep. Kick the field goal, take the Blake Groupie.
He's had a pretty good year, pretty solid year.
He has. As we can see, the wind swirling around MetLife Stadium there. 53-yard officially on the attempt. And he kicks it up, and it is no good. It's wide left.
Oh. Pulled it.
Just a bit.
Well, he was showing the wind going to the left, and then
Yep.
Mm.
Oh, that just completely went off left. Wow.
That's a
in the
win.
dome, that's good.
Yeah.
In the dome, that's good.
It is indeed. So it's nothing in our game. Any early takes, Jake?
This could be a very low scoring game because the offenses are shocking. The Saints got really good field position because of a 4th down and still couldn't really do much, and the Giants didn't really go anywhere despite getting good field position. So we'll see who can kind of make the first big play. We've got players like MVS
Yeah.
and Malik Neighbors that will be looking to kind of separate themselves from
Yeah.
the rest.
Jake, what do you think the impact of MVS has been on the kind of Saints offense? Obviously, you're missing Olave, but he's still an experienced receiver. And so, has he been positive? What you've expected? Anything like that?
Well, he's not really the Olave replacement. He's more of the Shaheed replacement. Wide receiver that can stretch the field. I think it's really paid dividends. It's been somebody in the Saints offense last year or two that are always looking for the big play.
Yeah.
And maybe sometimes too much. So it's definitely a good landing spot for him. to kind of get to showcase his speed, but he's not going to be your 10 catches. He's not an Amon-Ra St. Brown kind of wide receiver.
Mm.
Mm.
That's a pretty bare bones wide receiver room these days.
It is. It's tough when you've just had injuries across the board, and you're looking for someone to step up, from your second, third, fourth stringers, and it's difficult. It's really difficult to do.
Another thing that's quite difficult though is when Drew Lock for the Giants starts a game 0 for 5 on throwing attempts, but runs one attempt for 15 yards.
It's tough. We don't need to go into the whole Saquon Barkley thing again. We don't want to be just sound like we're having a go with the Giants. We all know what a debacle that was, and it's compounded by how well he's played over in Philadelphia. But the Giants just need an offensive spark because they've got nothing going for them just now. It's really difficult. 1st and 10, 7:51 to go in the first. There's the snap. It's an inside handoff, and that's about a 4 to 5 yard gain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Drew Lock, 0-5, 0 yards. It's not ideal. Oh, they're rushing up to the line here. 2nd and 5. Drew Lock's under center. And it's a handoff again to Tracy. And he picks up maybe 3. So it looks like he's bringing up a 3rd and short, 3rd and 2 for the Giants, just across midfield, or just at midfield.
What they should do, what was done against the Saints last week, and get older quarterbacks doing sneaks for 2, 3, 4 yards. That's Drew Lock for the quarterback sneak this week. That's what should happen.
But then
here.
he'd only throw for like 100 yards, so that would be very impressive.
It is 3rd and 2. Lock's in the shotgun. 2 men in motion. Just goes out to the left. 2 back sets. Play clock down to 3. Lock back to pass. The rush is on. It's incomplete. I couldn't tell if the receiver actually had a chance. That was Tracy there. If he had a chance to get that, or if the ball was just too low for him. He would have been immediately crushed if he'd got that ball anyway.
All of a sudden, my quarterback sneak call isn't looking so bad.
Quite a bit of pressure straight away there.
Because the offense is so bad that the ball's always at midfield, so they're always tempted to go for it on 4th down. No. This is just a car crash of offense.
Yeah, they're going to punt. That was actually a terrible pass by Drew Lock, right behind the receiver there.
Go for it on 4th and 8, but punt it away 4th and 2.
It's a line drive punt. It's a low one, and it's out of bounds at a 2 yard line.
Oh,
That was lovely. Lovely punt. Jamie Gillen from Inverness, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
The Scottish Hammer. Showing some highlights of Alvin Kamara there.
Somehow you've managed to get like 2 or 3 seconds ahead again.
How am I really?
With Dave.
Okay, I will pause it. I'll tell you. I'll find a place and then I'll pause it. I'm looking at a thing about plaque psoriasis at the moment. Bimzelks.
See, when you put your mouse cursor across the screen, it shows the time that it's been on air in the bottom right. So, like, for example, mine says 1:28:05 06.
I'm 28:09. So I'll
10,
pause it
11,
when it hits 15, which I've done.
13, 14, 15.
There we go. Bimzelks. That's just not a good name for anything. Bimzelks. Don't know what that is. Some weird drug.
I always prefer the American adverts. It's like 15 seconds of like, here's the product, and then 45 seconds of like, here's everything that could go wrong if you ever take this.
All the side effects.
Bimzelk sounds like the thing that you're trying to. You need something to cure it, not that's the cure for whatever. It's a treatment.
The thing is, that these side effects, there's so many of them. They're just effects. You know what I mean? It's like a side. It's like a side cure. It's not a side effect.
You might get a common cold. It's like, what if you just have a common cold? You know?
Yeah.
It's almost like the fact that it cures you is just a side effect.
Yeah.
'Cause everything else is just really bad for you.
I do like how in quite a lot of these so-called medicines that one of the side effects quite often listed is death.
Yeah, I've seen that. In some cases, death.
Yeah.
I've heard of kill or cure, but that's ridiculous.
Going to the doctor for a rash and dying because you took some like American medicine, you know?
America.
So did you say earlier that the Falcons were beating the Vikings there?
They were 7-0 up. They're still 7-0 up. 1:36 to go in the first. This game that we're in has the second most time of all the games. The opposite of last week, Dave. And we were flying through the game. Okay, so it's 1st and 10. Ball on the 2-yard line for the Saints. Tries a hard count. It's a straight drop. He's going deep left-hand side. If he hadn't turned around, he might have actually caught that. It's
How
incomplete.
did you get so
Oh,
far?
yeah.
Am I ahead of you again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
at
I don't know how you do it.
138, 39, 40.
I'm still watching a replay of the play.
Yeah, 37, 38, 39, 40.
Keep going.
41.
43.
43,
Right.
44. Yeah, 45.
Okay.
He's just turning back now.
2nd and 10. Ball is snapped. Handoff up the
Okay.
middle. Picks up about 5 yards. 5-yard pickup for Kamara. How you doing, Jake? What time are you looking at?
I think we're synced up 6:10, 6:09, 6:08.
Yeah.
Both teams only having any positive yards running the ball, really.
Yeah,
Neither
yeah.
quarterbacks having much joy at the moment.
It's not great. It's not great at all. 3rd and 5.
This is AFC North football right now.
3rd and 5. Carr's in shotgun. Kamara next to him. It's a straight drop. He's throwing it over the middle. It is caught. And it's fumbled. And it's out of bounds. Valdez Scantling, MVS. Out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
He has just fumbled the ball yet.
He did. He obviously just fumbled for you. Right, hold on. I'm at a 132.05 and paused.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
I'm impressively always in sync with Dave. You have
Yeah.
a problem. Yeah.
Well, I don't know why I'm always either way ahead of you or way behind you. It's 1st and 10. Ball is snapped. Fakes a handoff. Carr goes deep over the middle. He's got a man. Oh, down to the 40-yard line of the New York Giants.
Jawan Johnson.
Number 83, Jawan Johnson.
He's been a bright spark for you, Jake.
Oh,
Jawan
that's
Johnson.
a strong. That is a very, very strong comment. The man's been nowhere for about 2 years since he got paid.
Well, yeah, okay, so in the last few weeks, I thought his name kept coming up quite a lot.
We've got no one else to throw to.
Okay, well, okay, by default then, he's been a bit of a bright spark.
It's first
It got to the
and
point where it wasn't
10.
next man up, it was last man up.
There's the snap. Carr's rolling out to his right. He's continues to run with it. He picks up about 4 yards.
What was the high step all about there?
He likes to do that.
Derek Carr
He
high
likes
step.
to kid on his Deion Sanders. Watching a replay now of the Falcons scoring.
Big
touchdown.
touchdown.
Tyler Algier. It's 2nd and 7. So there it is. Atlanta and Tampa Bay both in 6 and 6. New Orleans at 4 and 8. Hey, Carolina aren't out of this. It's 3 and 9. Just saying. They're only three wins off the top. There's a high snap. It's a handoff. He's going to get tackled. No, he squirts out of it. He breaks a tackle, and it looks like a first down. I think it is a first down.
First down.
Nice play there. It was a high snap, bobbled the hand
Andre
off.
Miller.
Oh, look at that ball control in the left hand. Oh, my word.
That seems to be an active a game plan for them. That's the second time he's had a handoff there, Kendry
Ooh.
Miller.
Ball control there was spectacular.
Like his second snap since being a Saint. He's lived on the IR.
Hmm.
So it's 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line of the Giants. Carr fakes a handoff. He's only got left this time, and he's got his tight end down to the 25, down to the 20. Looks like another first down. Number 85. Who's that, Jake? Holland.
Alan Holker. He's like an undrafted free agent.
Holker. Not seen him. You're going to need to keep you right with some of these players. I'm aware of guys like Murrow and that, but Holker, 85, was quite nice. And it's a good pickup. That's a good pickup.
He was one of the highest paid undrafted free agents.
Really?
After the draft, quite a few were after him.
Okay. That brings up 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line of the Giants. Carr is a toss back to Kamara, and he's got some room at the left-hand side, and it's another first down. Looks like about an 11 or 12-yard pickup. That's 3 first downs in 3 plays. That's what we like to see.
We're rolling.
That's what we like to see. Nice blocking up front there.
Yeah, Fuaga, really nice.
That was excellent. And who's the fullback? Number 46, is it?
I believe is it Prentice?
It was an excellent block there.
Adam Prentice.
Adam Prentice.
Former Bronco, I believe.
I don't recognize the name. 1st and goal from the 8. It's a handoff. Is that Miller again? And he's all the way down to the 4, to the 3, to the 2, to the 1. He's in the end zone. That is a touchdown for the New Orleans Saints. Kendry Miller.
Do you know, the funniest thing about that one, though, is that the main man that was trying to stop them was one of the cornerbacks of the Giants, and there was about 3 offensive linemen pushing Kendry Miller over that line.
When we go to break, I'll talk about this in more depth. But yeah, because he stopped at the 5, but then that's a lot of effort on his part. And he really only gets some help when he hits about the 3-yard line. So here comes
his first NFL touchdown. It was Dallin Hawker's first NFL catch.
The extra point is up and good. It is 7-0 to the New Orleans Saints.
Lots of firsts, not just first downs, but first touchdown, first reception for some guys. You get to the back end of the season when you're maybe not doing so well, you get to see some of these guys.
That's very true, actually. Very true. Okay, so we're going to break here. Now, Jake, I want to talk to you about this because I was talking to Dave about this on last week's stream. When we have these scrum type touchdowns, right? And they, you can keep going for us. We saw the next 2-3 yards, gets them the touchdown, but we've seen them go for 5, 6, 7 extra yards. Do you think, because in my opinion, if you get hit behind the line of scrimmage, the defense should be allowed to push you backwards and keep on pushing you backwards so that you don't get forward progress? What do you think of that?
You're using a thing called logic, and the NFL only cares about offense and points. So you are exactly right. If it works on the offense, you get forward, your legs keep moving, your forward progress isn't stopped, and you get a bit of help from your friends, go for it. And same, if you get stuck behind the line of scrimmage and they start moving you backwards, within reason, they will always stop that because forward progress, and they don't want people kind of ending up in a scrum, being run over and injured. But on offense, it's fine, apparently.
Yeah,
we're seeing...
Sorry.
I was going to say, we're seeing a lot more on offense, I think, of a rugby kind of mindset. We're seeing a lot more scrums. We're seeing a lot more laterals. I mean, we saw Josh Allen last week with kind of like the lateral backwards, the offload, as you would call it in rugby. So offensively, it's a lot more exciting. But yeah, it's not very fair on the defense. They continue to make it harder to play defense.
Yeah, because we've seen guys who maybe catch a pass on the line of scrimmage and then get knocked backwards 5 yards and get dropped. but they say it's no gain, it's line of scrimmage. You're like, well, that's a loss of 5. It should be a loss of 5. It's just annoying. Just annoying because I like these scrum touchdowns. I do. But I think it's just too advantageous to the offense. So the defense should be allowed to go, oh, you moved forward 3 yards, we push you back 10, that's a loss of 7.
It's also kind of eradicating the Barry Sanders plays where he would get hit, turn around, run around his quarterback, reverse the field, and go forward. Because the runners will get told not to do that. Because if you run forward for 1-2 yards, you'll get forward progress. And then if you turn around and get dumped 3 yards behind, if you try and reestablish yourself, they'll mark you 3 yards short.
Yep.
So you're almost punished for trying to make a play. You're better off just running forward and, like you say, hopefully you get a bit of help from your friends behind.
The kickoff there is returned to about the 25-yard line. We've got 1:12 to go in the first and hour game. I think I may be ahead of you guys again, believe it or not. Literally just seen the flag.
Oh, no flag. Oh, no flag.
There we go. And now I have paused it. There we go. Now I've resumed. Formation penalty?
Did he say let the ball kicked off too early? What?
Who knows? 5-yard penalty against the Saints, though.
5-yard penalty against us. I don't understand it. Also, because I've got the sound down, I can't hear what he's saying, so I'm just guessing. First and 10 for the Giants. From the 32-yard line, lock back to throw. It's tipped up in the air. It's incomplete. See, when you see balls getting tipped up like that and they just seem to hang in the air forever, you're like, I could be going the other way.
0 for 7 to start the game. Oof.
Wow, that's not great. 0 for 7 for Drew Lock. Brings up 2nd and 10 from the 32-yard line. Lock under centre. Handoff to the right-hand side. Up goes that Singletary. The 26. He picks up a 3 or 4 yards there. Yeah.
Yeah, you have managed to get 2 or 3 seconds ahead again.
Son of a... Right. A play clock is at 25 seconds.
25.
Okay.
Yeah, you're only just slightly ahead.
Just a couple of seconds.
3rd and 6, and they really could do with Drew Lock completing a pass there.
Drew Lock needs to complete this one. 3rd and 6.
Well, man to man.
30 seconds to go in the first. Brings the man in motion.
Oh.
It's a straight drop back again. He's going to run. He's going to throw it. Rolls out to his left. It is a terrible pass.
Awful.
That's incomplete.
Drop and lock it.
Drew Lock is 0 for 8 in this game.
Not great from Drew Lock. Daniel Jones is somewhere smiling.
Daniel Jones is at the job centre smiling.
The difference is, the difference is Drew Lock's not getting paid $35 million for this year. So,
well, Tommy Two Cents is back there as well.
Gillen to punt. 4th and 6.
The Giants' best player so far.
He's been fantastic. A short punt, and it's fielded, and it's Saints will take over about the 29-yard line.
I think that's what they call it, Conte's curse. Has a great first punt, and then a bit of a short one.
91 points in the first 2 games.
Well, I don't know if you saw Arizona State played yesterday at Jerry's World, and they scored 6 touchdowns. So the leading touchdown scorers at Jerry World are now the Saints and Arizona State at 6, and the Dallas Cowboys have 5. So a college team has scored more touchdowns at Jerry's World, and they do not play there.
1st and 10 Saints from their own 28-yard line.
Sorry.
Throws it way behind the line of scrimmage. That's a completed pass, but for about -5 yards.
What was that? The worst setup for a screen in the history of the league. It's up there.
It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. That's the end of the first quarter in our game.
Seen quite a few of those negative plays from the Saints when throwing the ball. It's interesting.
Yeah. So we'll look around the league at some of the scores. We're at the end of the first and now one. In the Jaguars-Titans game, Titans are leading 3-0, 11:28 to go in the second. Dolphins are beating the Jets 9-3, 13:20 to go in the second. Vikings and Falcons tied at 7, 13:29 to go in the second. Panthers are 3-0 up over the Eagles. 109 to go in the first. Browns are 7-3 up over the Steelers with 56 seconds to go in the first. And at the end of the first, the Buccaneers are 14-0 up at home over the Las Vegas Raiders. What do you make some of those scores, guys?
I was going to say, did anyone go for any surprising picks in their pick'ems? Did anyone pick the Panthers?
I did not pick the Panthers. No. I did pick... where are we? What week are we on? Week 14. I went Dolphins, Vikings, Saints, Eagles, Steelers, Bucks, Raiders. I did pick the Titans. Sorry, Patrick, if you're listening. I went for the Cardinals over the Seahawks. I went for the 49ers over the Bears. The Bills over the Rams. Sorry, Dave. Chargers over Chiefs. And Bengals over Cowboys.
I think I only differ with the Seahawks.
Did you pick the Chargers as well?
I picked them as my doc. Yeah, Chargers.
Over Chiefs.
Yeah.
No, I picked the Chiefs.
No, I've got the exact same as Neosa, except from the Seahawks beating the Cardinals 24-20.
So you went Chargers over Chiefs, yeah?
I did 27 points to 23.
Go.
Well, I went 27-23, but to the Chiefs.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's have a wee look here. 2nd and 15, play clock is at 20 seconds.
You're about 2 ahead.
It's fine. Quick pause. Car. Empty backfield. 5 receivers set. He's back to pass. Throws to the left. It's complete to Foster Moreau. And he's out to about the 31-yard line. Brings up a 3rd down for the Saints. 3rd down. Oh, by the way, for the people watching, we're up to 30 subscribers on YouTube. So thanks for that.
Considering we don't post too much on the old YouTube.
Considering we don't really post on YouTube, we do appreciate every single one of you. 3rd and 7. Empty backfield again for Carr. He's got 3 receivers to the right. There's a pressure on. He throws it over them. It's a bad pass. And that looked like I was kind of expecting a flag there on McFadden.
Another half second maybe, and it probably would have been.
Yeah, so an incomplete pass.
Another half second, it would have been a delay of game as well. It was a bit rushed towards the end there.
That's a really bad hit. That's a really bad hit because you can clearly see that ball was incomplete and yet he tried to take the guy's head off. Brings up 4th and 7 for the Saints.
Almost looked like Kirby Joseph there.
Matthew Hayball, the punter. He's a lefty, bit like myself. Kicks a high one back. He's down to about the 22-yard line, spinning out to the left to 30-35 and out of bounds. Will there be a flag for a late hit there? There is a flag. Don't know if it's for a late hit, but wouldn't surprise me.
I swear you're watching on like 1.2 speed because every time you pause it and get back to us, like a play later, you're back like 2 seconds ahead of us.
Well, I can't go faster than live, so I'm pausing. And we're back.
And a play later, somehow you've caught up.
I don't understand
So
how
like
that
mine.
is. Personal foul. Something. Hit out of bounds, I'm guessing. First down. Jamal Williams with the personal foul. It's going to be the hit out of bounds, yeah. We could see that coming.
He's probably now the leading target for the Giants. Probably got the most
What
yards for
was he? He took out 3 of his own men on the sidelines. What was he thinking?
He doesn't get to see the field very often as a Saint, so really make the most of it by getting a 15.
I mean, I'm all for that. I'm all for that. It's 1st and 10 for the Giants. On their own 40-yard line. Drew Lock drops back, fakes it, pumps, runs back, tries to get out of trouble, hits a man. It's his first completion, and it's a first down. Drew Lock is 1 of 9. 1 of 9 in this game.
He's 1 of 1 on this drive.
Yes, he is. He's perfect. 100% completion percentage on this
Barrel.
drive.
Barrel scraping. Seriously scraping.
Oh, there's a quick handoff to the right-hand side. Looks like a gain of 2, maybe 3 yards.
But they gave him 3. Generous spot.
Okay, they did give him 3. So it's 2nd and 7. That was Tracy on the carry there. Tracy stays in. It's 2nd and 7 from the 37-yard line of the Saints. Locke fakes a handoff. He's under pressure again. He's running out to his left. He's throwing it left. He's got a man. It's caught. Touch him down. What are you doing? What are you doing? It's Malik Neighbours. Don't know what he was playing at there.
Oh, I do, because he was he knew he hadn't touched him, the defender, and he was looking to punch the ball out. Very sneakily.
And then bait him to get up. Punch the ball out as he's getting up.
Now that was a perfect pass from Drew Lock.
2 for 2 on this drive.
There's a handoff left-hand side. Ooh, just a pickup of 1 that time. Tracy again. That brings up 2nd and 9.
Well within field goal range though, so just nothing silly for the Giants here, and they can put points up.
It's still Graham Gano, isn't it?
Unless he's injured, yes.
Fakes a handoff. Lock is going to get sacked. No, he's going to throw it. Doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage, but there was a man there. Would they call that in the grasp? Is in the grasp still a thing? You know when you
No idea, I've never
throw
heard
it
of that.
whilst... I guess it's not still a thing then. So you used to have, when a quarterback would throw the ball to avoid being sacked, but he had the defender over him, it's an incomplete pass, and it would just get classed as a sack. Quarterback was in the grasp. That's what they used to call it. I guess that's not a thing anymore. Okay, so Drew Lock.
Intentional grounding.
This time he is absolutely buried by 2 players. That brings up 4th down.
So that might be a 7.5 sack for Brian Breezy from defensive tackle.
Oh, that's right. I mean, that's just good pressure. That's just excellent pressure there. He's fighting essentially like a 2-man team he's coming off there.
Yeah, I mean, that New York Giants right guard, it was blocking thin air there. And then Cam
43-yard
Jordan did the...
attempt for Gano, and he sneaks it in. That was going left as well. That brings it up 7-3. Sorry, I do apologise for cutting you off there, Dave.
No, that's all.
Gano's, but his kick makes it 7-3 to the New Orleans Saints. Thoughts on that last drive?
Though. Just very quickly though, the Jets are taking the lead against the Dolphins. 10-9.
Let's have a look at some of that.
That's what a missed extra point does to you for the Dolphins.
Titans are still 3-0 up over the Jags. 4:54 to go in the second. That game's flying. Dolphins are 10-9 down against the Jets. 10:33 to go in the second. Falcons and Vikings still tied at 7. 9:51 to go in the second. In our game, it's 7-3 Saints. 11:20 to go in the second. Eagles are now beating the Panthers 7-3. Life is normal. It's 11:48 to go in the second. Browns are still beating the Steelers 7-3 with 14:08 to go in the second. And the Bucks are 14-0 up against the Raiders. 12:08 to go in the second quarter. We're in the second quarter in our game. Saints are up
Promising
7-3.
from Drew Lock that drive.
That was much better by Drew Lock. He hit a couple of nice passes. That second completion to Neighbours was really good. I mean, he started 0 for 8 on the day. So
I think a shout out should be made to that to the Saints defensive line there, because that was one unit play that brought down Locke there, because you had the right guard not knowing where to go, then with Cam Jordan on the kind of loop around, which is why Locke stopped where he was, letting Breezy through or to get him down. So it was just all round. That's probably the best play, like by one of the units anyway, whether it be offensive line, blah blah blah, of the game. So very impressed with that Saints defensive line.
that
I
was
think it's more of a Giants offensive line issue because the Saints defensive line has not been very good.
Fair.
excuse me.
The Giants' defensive line as well, especially now without Sexy Dexy, I think last 2 weeks haven't managed a sack. And I think I've seen rather miraculously that when Derek Carr has played, he's not been sacked more than once in a game. So they'll do well to sack Derek Carr twice, apparently.
Well, let's see how they get on. Giants get ready to kick off now. We'll see if we're still in sync when this happens.
23, 22, 21.
Seriously.
18, 17, 16, 15,
Keep counting.
12, 11.
Now we're in
10,
sync.
9.
Kick is away. Kick
Sure.
is away. It's taken at the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Spins away, 35. Oh, all the way out to about the 39. Maybe the
What a return.
40-yard line. Nice return for the New Orleans Saints.
Kendra Miller's doing a bit of everything so far.
Yes. The Taysom factor. Is Taysom Hill not in this game, Jake?
He's torn his ACL, so I hope not.
Oh no, he's torn an ACL.
Yeah,
I knew he
unfortunate.
had an injury. I didn't
Yeah.
realize it was that bad.
Yeah,
let's
it's
see.
not good.
Let's see what Clint Kubiak can do here. Saints first and 10 from their own 39-yard line. It's a pitch out left to Kamara. He's got a little bit of room and a nice spin move there. Picks up about 5 yards on that
That
play.
spin move got him another 3 yards.
Yeah. Well, Kamara's just an excellent running back. See, when there was rumors about him maybe being traded, I was like, oh, please give us Alvin Kamara at the Broncos. I would.
Everybody else has gone to the Broncos.
Well, yeah, that's true. Broncos are on a bye week this week, so I don't know what to do with myself. 2nd and 5.
You need to pray for the Rams later on. That's what you need to do against the Bills.
2nd and 5. Carr. It's an inside hand. And Kamara is absolutely swallowed up. That's a 4-yard loss. Undoes all the good work that I did in this first run. We're just seeing a replay now of the Eagles scoring a touchdown. It's a brotherly
Of
shove.
course, there was a touch push. Grow up. Yeah. Do something new.
3rd and 7 for the Saints. They're on their own 41-yard line. Kamara in the backfield. Carr brings him on in motion from the left-hand side. He's back to pass. It's a 4-man rush. He throws over the middle. It's short of the first down. Kamara, it's only about a 3-yard toss. It's going to bring up 4th and 4.
Should be able to pin them very deep here with a good punt, but we'll see what
Yeah,
the Saints can
happens.
do with Matthew Hayball.
4th and 3.
Special teams have slightly improved this year, but they
It's a
were
fake
on the
punt.
ground.
He's off to the right. He might have got that.
Oh, that's close.
Am I still ahead of you?
No,
Yes.
by 1 second,
1
maybe, of
second.
me. They're not giving it.
It's very
That's a
close.
shot.
Oh,
Well, if they don't give it, I'm
reviewed.
challenging the spot. That was really
The
close.
turnover, the turnover does. Surely it has to be reviewed anyway, but if not, yeah, I'd certainly challenge this.
Yeah, because the line is, it's a 49-yard line he needs to get to. Oh, does his knee go down? Does
The
his
ball
knee go
certainly
down?
across it just when his knee goes down.
When the umpire ran on, he kind of ran on diagonally.
Take a wee
you know,
slight.
like
He
almost
did
a
take a
yard.
wee slight
Yeah.
turn to his left. Oh, they're giving it to the Giants. Maybe they've seen something that we haven't. Because I would definitely, unless they've already seen his knee was down, I would challenge him that. They're giving the ball to the Giants. Are they not even going to challenge that? No, looks like they're not. 1st and 10 to the Giants.
I don't know if it's challengeable because it was a turnover technically, so they would have reviewed it themselves.
Ah, right, okay. It's an inside handoff, and it's a 2-yard, maybe 3-yard gain.
He did well to get any game there.
He did. I think he's got that. I think that's a 1st down.
I think so too, and I think the Giants, one of the Giants defenders had his knee kind of held up for him.
Yeah. On 2nd down, Locke's pass goes for about 4, so that's going to bring up 3rd and 4 for the Giants. 3rd and 4, New York Giants. Here we go. It's a big play for the Saints defense here. Ball's on the 43.5-yard line. Locks in the shotgun. It's a straight drop. He's looking left. He's throwing left. It's incomplete. That ball seemed to hang in the air for a long time there. 4th and 4.
Kool-Aid.
They had what they wanted. They had Malik Neighbors one-on-one with Kool-Aid.
Mm-hmm. See how long the ball just took far too long to get there. Do you know
As
what?
soon as he turned back, the ball should have been hit him in the chest.
Yeah, should have been. Took too long. Excellent defensive play there. So the Giants will punt from the 47-yard line of the Saints. A 43-yard line, I beg your pardon. Gillen, is he a lefty as well? I think he is.
Yeah.
Ball
but a pair of lefties,
is
a punter.
another great
Boy,
punt.
He's done it again.
Out of bounds at about the 8-yard line by the look of it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So-
been their best player, Jimmy.
On each team, the punter's probably been the best player.
I think the ball has just lived at midfield. You know, the field position has been quite important, and I'd say the Giants are doing a much better job of when their punter is getting a chance midfield, pinning the Saints deep. But the Saints are the only ones that have managed to take it into the end zone, so
Yeah.
and missed a field goal. So really, Giants have to kind of up it. They're slowly getting better, I would say, but you know the floor was 0-8 to start the game, so. The Steelers have just scored a touchdown. Everyone's pick'ems that were in shambles because the Browns were beating the Steelers now look a little bit better.
And the Panthers were beating the Eagles as well. So,
Yeah.
Looking around the league, Titans are still 3-0 over the Jags. They're at the 2-minute warning. Dolphins are 12-10 up over the Jets. 4:56 to go in the second. Falcons and Vikings are tied at 7, 6:16 to go in the second. And our game is 7-3 Saints with 7:59 to go. Eagles beating the Panthers 7-3, 6:25 to go. Steelers are 10-7 up over the Browns. As Jake said, 11 minutes to go in the second. And the Buccaneers are 14-0 up over the Raiders, 10:13 to go in the second. Over on our game, it's 7-3 to the New Orleans Saints, and they've got the ball. It's been quite a slow game with all the possession changes.
I think we need a kind of a drive each from each team, like we had with them. Was it the Saints? Obviously, when they scored their touchdown, but then the Giants had a bit of momentum with the kind of no huddle, quick offense. So I think we need some more of that. I think both teams need more of that, to be honest.
It's interesting. 8 minutes left. You've got the ball on your own 8-yard line. You just don't want to be going 3 and out here. You want to at least get a first down. Field position's been key.
It's a 1st and 10, hand off to the right hand side. That goes for no gain. And the play clock is at 35 seconds.
Yep.
Lovely. Just checking.
Yep. Yeah, we've managed to stay on sync.
That's good. 2nd and 10 for the Saints.
Surprised they haven't tried like an end around with one of these wide receivers yet. Something a bit different.
Carr throws it out left hand side. He's got a man. It's caught at about the 14-yard line.
What's up?
Number
Austin?
81, Jake. Who's that?
Kevin Austin Jr.
Kevin Austin Jr.
But when you've got the likes of Pettis and MVS, I'm surprised we've not tried something a bit different. Running the ball's not been too bad, but
3rd
too
and
many
5.
negative plays.
3rd and 5 from the 13-yard line. MVS in motion. Carr looking left, now rolling out right. He's going deep down the field. He's got a man, and it's... Oh, did he drop that?
Austin again.
Did that go
Most
through his
catchable.
hand? It's difficult to tell from that angle whether or not... it was actually out of reach. You could have laid out for that, man. It's 3rd down.
If you're a franchise wide receiver on a 4-8 team, maybe not. But when you're Kevin Austin Jr. fighting for a position to stay in the NFL, you lay out for that catch point.
You certainly do. It's 4th and 5. Saints are punting from their own end zone. Kick is up, and it's taken at the 44. We start a step, breaks the tackle, goes to the 40, 35, nearly fumbles, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. It is a touchdown on the punt return for the New York Giants. I thought he was going to drop the ball there. Emir Smith-Marset. Emir?
Oh, dear.
It is
Jake's face.
a
Says it
Giants.
all.
As soon as he caught the ball, there's a flag now, but as soon as he caught the ball, there was 3 players around him.
Oh, there's a
And
flag in
they
the...
just
I didn't
watched
see
him.
the flag, and... Oh, he is not happy.
I would say it's not going the Saints' way from the coaches.
Oh, he is annoyed with the punter.
Punter is getting an earful.
Is he saying, why did you kick it to him? Oh, he's...
I don't know, but he was the special teams coordinator, so
Yeah,
he
it's
takes
coming
it
back.
personally.
Right. Oh, they've
Yeah,
taken it
it's coming
off.
back. Yeah.
What was it, just a hold or something, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't actually see. All right, yeah, it's a hold. It's a hold. Yeah, okay. So it's still 7-3 in our game. Giants have the ball. Yeah, do you think he was just saying, why did you essentially outkick your coverage?
Is that what he said?
Very politely.
He
Yeah.
said, excuse me, if it wouldn't be too much trouble, would you mind explaining why you outkicked your coverage, young man? I think I'm not great at lip reading, but I'm pretty sure that's what he said.
When your interim head coach is your special teams coordinator, he's probably gonna let you know. I'm not very happy with that one. But I would have been very disappointed if that stood, just from the fact that when he caught the ball, he had a Saint to his left, a Saint in front of him, and a Saint to his right, and just kind of waltzed through them.
Yeah.
And like I say, Ben almost fumbled the ball. It's a shame for that boy, but no real denying the hold, sadly. The Raiders have managed to pull a touchdown back. The Bucks went 14-0 up quite early in that game, so been a while since we've seen a score.
Let's go through the scores quickly. Titans still 3-0 over the Jags, 30 seconds to go in the half. Dolphins 12-10 over the Jets. Falcons and Vikings tied at 7. In our game, it's 7-3. The Panthers are leading over the Eagles 10-7. What is happening? What is going on? The Steelers are 10-7 over the Browns. And as Jake already mentioned, the Buccaneers now lead the Las Vegas Raiders 14-7. But the Panthers are, in Philadelphia, and I know it's only the first half. I know there's 4 minutes to go in the second. But they're beating the Eagles 10-7. They've got to feel good about themselves. Okay.
Like 8 in a row or something the Eagles have won?
I think so. Yeah. In our game, it's 7-3. Giants have the ball. It's a snap. Drew Lock drops back, still dropping back, and he kind of does a weird shovel that should have been intercepted. And wasn't.
How did you get ahead of us again?
I don't know. We're showing the replay of the punt, and the fella is going to catch the ball. Now.
There we go.
Okay. So I was only ahead of you by like 1 second.
Yeah.
It's 1 second.
For the first time
But see,
ever,
when you're about to see the ball be intercepted, and you go, "Oh, he should have intercepted it."
I'm looking at it like, what is that?
Do apologize, Jake. There's a run up the middle. It's about a 2-3 yard gain.
Mm-hmm.
And here's him talking to the punter. Says, "Excuse me, young man, would you mind explaining to me why you outkicked your coverage with that punt when you should have maybe put it towards the sidelines so you couldn't return it?" So my lip reading's like amazing.
And Alvin Kamara, the leader he is, was like, "Oh, excuse me, sir, you've dropped your hat. Maybe just walk away from this one."
It's 3rd and 6 for the Giants. Lock in the shotgun. One back set. Brings a man in motion from left-hand side. 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. Lock's back to pass. He's running for it. And he's running to the right.
Idiot. He had it.
Don't know why he changed direction. But he did. And I think he might have got it. Maybe he thought he was going to get absolutely killed. Let's have a look. No, he just changed direction.
That is terrible.
He was like 3 yards away from getting the first down.
Do you know, I don't think he knew where the first down was, where the first down line was.
That's
kind of like the first job of a quarterback.
Yep.
4th and 4. Giants are punting. Jamie Gillen again. They're going to get done for delay of game. That's going to be delay of game unless they called a timeout. I think
it may have also been deliberate, just with the kind of where the field is. But they're constantly punting at midfield. Constantly.
Yeah, with the exception of that one drive where they managed to get the field goal, they've not. They really have to, but just stalling.
But they keep getting the ball at midfield. If you get to midfield every time because you're starting on your 2-yard line, you wouldn't be too mad. But they're getting the ball at midfield and going nowhere. They're very much winning the field position battle, and yet not doing anything with it.
Correct. Couldn't agree more.
Jamie Gillen with a weird punt. A very weird punt. And it's fair caught at the 20-yard line. Fair catch at the 20-yard line. Okay, so the Saints take over.
And Dayball very calmly, not ironically, very calmly saying, "You just got to go for it, son." Despite Drew Lock being the leading rusher, he very much had that first down if he just threw himself forward. A bit of John Elway in him. He had that.
Oh, yeah. You got to. And I understand, you don't want to get injured. I get it. But it's third down. You're trying to get the first down. Changing direction like that was a terrible idea. Looking around the league, it's still 3-0 Titans over the Jags at halftime. Glad we're not covering that game. Sorry, Patrick. Dolphins are 12-10 over the Jets. 1:48 to go in the second. The Vikings are beating the Falcons 14-7.
Come on.
With 1 second until the 2-minute warning. In our game, Saints are 7-3 up over the Giants. The Panthers are 10-7 up over the Eagles. 2:55 to go in the second. Steelers are beating the Browns 10-7. 6:04 to go in the second. And the Buccaneers 14-7 up over the Raiders with 7:21 to go in the first half.
You'll never guess who scored for the Vikings.
Really?
Was it Justin Jefferson?
It was.
Ah, nice.
So we just need the Raiders to do us a real solid here. The Raiders somehow get a result against the Buccaneers, and the Saints win. All of a sudden, they're 1 game behind, which is insane.
No.
You're about to see the number. I don't know how it works. What would be the number 27 or 28 draft pick be a 7-win team because they won the NFC South.
No.
It's almost very, very likely that the NFC South will be won by a team with a negative record at the moment.
It's not right, is it?
It's really not when you look at some of the other divisions where there's going to be 3 teams, with maybe double-digit wins.
Yeah. Saints have the ball at their own 20. First and 10. It's a handoff left side to Kamara. He's taken down for about a 1-yard pickup.
So 3 seconds ahead now, I think you are.
Okay, the play clock's at 31.
31.
Son of
It's
a gun.
frankly more impressive that no matter what, me and Dave are always in sync.
Do you know
Yeah,
what?
and I think it's
is?
also the first time in history, though, that Carloway can say they've been ahead of everyone else. Just not that I'm saying they live in the past.
We don't. Giants have got a man down. Safety, Tyler Newman.
Rookie from Minnesota. Patrick will be very sad to see this if it's a long-standing injury.
For anyone interested, I'm on Haribo Supermix again this week. I love these wee jelly babies, man. They're great. I love them. Do you know what we got? We got discos from Tesco the other day. I love discos. Oh, they might be.
Yeah, but you only get 7 in a pack now. There's nothing more depressing than getting
yeah.
excited for a wee pack of discos and you open it's like, oh, I've got 6.5.
You're right. There is nothing in them. It's absolutely terrible. I might actually get a packet at halftime and show you how many.
Count out.
Count how many discos are in a packet. Place your
Everybody
bets.
get a guess now. How many discos?
Yeah, the over-under. What's the
Card
over-under
is
on it?
back to pass. He throws it over the middle to Kamara. He breaks tackle. He's at 32-yard lines. First, that's a pickup. First down.
Let's get a Twitter poll going at the 2-minute warning. How many discos will there be in the disco?
Full discos. Full round ones.
Yeah, full disco.
Full discos.
The content that everybody's here for.
Oh, yeah. Dave, give me your
The Saints are
prediction.
moving.
It's a handoff to Kamara off the right. He's down a pick. What is that? It's about a 4-yard pickup. 4, maybe 5. Dave, give us your prediction for how many full discos I will have in my packet of discos at halftime.
It's just you're just talking about the little small packets of crisps, aren't you?
This is a normal
kinda
packet of disco that you buy in the
normal.
shops. We bought a
Oh,
multiple.
I mean-
We bought a 6-pack.
Okay, I'll say 11.
11.
No, that's what I was going to say. You know what? I'll go under that. I'll go 9.
9.
Jason
Good
the under.
lord. Oh, Carr's under pressure. He is sacked.
Oh, the ball!
Is the ball free?
It was. I think he got it back though.
Got it back. That brings up a 3rd down for the Saints. That was Burns with the pressure
It's
there.
first sack in 3 games.
Oh, nobody even... He literally split the 2 tight ends.
Loss of 10. And like I say, the Giants haven't had a sack in the last 2 games, so not ideal from the Saints giving that one up. And
No.
we're right back where they started the drive, pretty much.
I'm surprised the Giants aren't taking a timeout here, but okay. We're about to hit the 2-minute warning.
Surely the Saints. Yeah. Let it hit.
2-minute warning. I'm just surprised the Giants didn't take a timeout because they could have got an extra play there. It's 3rd and 16. Although in saying that, they're probably going, what's the point? Offense sucks. So I don't know if anyone's currently actually watching us at the moment. But if you are, please comment how many discos do you think I'm going to get in my packet at halftime. Dave says 11. Jake says 9. This is going to be interesting.
This is.
Have you
You know,
picked?
I have not decided. Do you know what? I'll split you. I'll split you. 10.
the Super Bowl has what? Kendrick Lamar, Beyonce is playing at halftime of one of the Christmas games, I
Yeah.
think. And we have how many discos in a disco pack? That's the WINFL budget right there.
Not even sponsored by discos.
No, we're not. If we got sponsorship from discos, could you imagine that? I would love that.
Oh no, we'd be well. Okay, I wouldn't be maybe, but you guys might put on a little bit of the old calories.
Do you not
Sponsored
like
to eat
discos, Dave?
Discos. I don't put on weight. No matter how much I eat, I don't put on weight.
How old are you now, Dave?
It's this thing called diabetes, and he doesn't look after himself.
Okay, that sentence can stop after
Look how
the-
many crisps were in that Fritos packet on the advert. There was hundreds.
He's not stopped eating. He's not stopped eating since like the podcast's been on, Dave. But he won't put a pound on.
Wait until he's
Yeah,
in his mid
exactly,
40s.
yeah.
Wait, you wait till you're my age.
I've known Dave for about like 16, 17, God knows how many years, and he's never fluctuated weight once.
I had a 28-inch waist until I was about 35 years old. And then I had to go up to like 30. Then I was up to 32.
Oh,
and then
no.
one day, 40 happened. And I just, boom, everything just started. I woke up one day with one fat hand, you know. And then it just, like, different
Excuse me?
different parts of my body just started putting on weight.
Whoa!
And yeah, you know, like one of my legs was fatter than the other, and
Oh, come on!
then my
This
ear
is
started
low-hanging
growing.
fruit.
it's very low hanging fruit. This is very low hanging fruit right here. I'm just telling you what to expect when you get to 40. It's 3rd and 16 for the Saints. Got the handoff to Kamara. and he loses
That's a
2 yards.
yeah, that's a white flag moment if I've ever seen one.
Sensational play calling.
I don't understand. I don't like it. I don't understand it.
If the Giants had no timeouts, maybe you burn 40 seconds, but all you did was burn 6 seconds, go backwards, and now punting the ball to them. So
Maybe they're doing it because they wanted.
incredible.
Maybe they wanted the Giants to burn a timeout.
Yeah, but at the
Yeah, but
same
no, they've-
time, though. Yeah, I'm sorry, Jake. I was just going to say that they basically showed them. It was the most obvious handoff ever. It wasn't even a good delay. It was just very obvious, like
It
painfully.
was 4th and 17.
Burning our timeout when they've got 1 minute 55 and 2 timeouts still.
He-Ball's going to put his foot right through this one. It's a high kick. Fair catch to the 36-yard line.
That might be the worst field position the Giants have had all day.
Yeah, I mean, the Giants have had incredible field position. Absolutely
Which
incredible.
means they'll probably hit a home run here now.
7-3 in our game. 1:49 to go in the half. Giants have 2 timeouts. They have 1st and 10 on their own 37-yard line. Drew Lock in shotgun. He's got 3 receivers out to the right. It's a straight drop. He throws quickly over the middle. It's caught, and that is a 5-yard pickup. Trying to rush them to the line here. 2nd and 5 for the Giants. Drew Lock takes the snap. Same play over the middle. This time it goes out to the running back. He's across midfield to about the 49-yard line of the Saints. Clock still
And
running.
pushed back for no gain.
Push back.
In the Neosa's dream world.
1:10 to go. Still haven't used a timeout. Giants, Locke throws it over the middle. It's another pass out to the running back. He's down to the 44-yard line. Brings up 2nd and 5. They've still not used the timeouts. They've got 2 of them. 52 seconds. 50. 49. Lock, shotgun, back to pass. And the ball is tipped and incomplete. Well, they got the clock stopped. At least they got that done. That's something. They managed to stop the clock. 41 seconds to go.
In their defense, they ran the same play 3 plays in a row. They just dropped back, threw it down the middle for 5 yards, dropped back, threw it down the middle for 5 yards, and the Saints eventually managed to get a hand up and stop one of them.
Yeah, because it was the exact same play.
They were just dinking and dunking their way down the field.
Drew Lock has now completed 33% of his passes. It's getting better. 3rd and 5.
When that's an improvement, that's sad.
Lock, straight drop, shuffles out left, throws it. It is dropped by Hyatt. And that brings up 4th and 5.
Who's number 14 for the Saints, Jake?
Kool-Aid again, isn't it?
Is it Kool-Aid? Because he lost his man if it was.
Kool-Aid.
Oh, very flat-footed there. Yeah, I think it was Kool-Aid.
And the Giants will punt from midfield.
Just stop us if you've heard that before. This is like Groundhog Day for the Giants, man.
It is. That's a timeout for the Saints.
Why?
I don't know why you're taking a timeout when the clock is stopped after an incompletion and you're getting the ball.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know why. I know you've got 3 timeouts, but it's nice to
Yeah, but we've
have
got
those 3
36
timeouts.
seconds.
You would
You could easily get in field goal range with 30 seconds and 3 timeouts. You've
Oh,
made it so
of
much
course
harder on
you
yourself
could.
now.
Giants 4th and 5, and someone jumped across the line, and is that going to be an offside?
I swear to God, if we've committed a penalty after well, it better be a false start.
I think it is a false start. That's okay. That's okay.
Thank
for the
God.
Saints.
I was going to lose my mind if we jump off the side after taking a bloody timeout.
All right, yeah. The long snapper sort of shuffled. Okay, it's don't know what happened. 4th and 10. Giants punting from midfield. 36 seconds to go. It's a high snap. Punt is away. Fair catch at the 16-yard line. 29 seconds, but now you've only got 2 timeouts. You had 3. Don't know why you burnt one. Saints take over.
Because it's not even like, if we kneel, the Giants will probably just, we'll say, okay, if you're going to try and like see it to half time, we'll like to see it. So I really don't understand that timeout in any way, shape, or form.
No.
But we'll see.
It's 1st and 10 from the 16.
I wouldn't be surprised if we just run the ball here and everyone shakes hand till half time.
Carr throws it out quickly to the right. It's caught. That's about a 7-yard pickup to MVS.
So far ahead.
There's
36,
30.
35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29.
Okay, there we are. We're back. 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2. Ball snap. Card over the middle. It's Kamara. 30-yard line. Down to about 31. And you can burn a timeout here. And the Saints will burn a timeout. If only they had 3 of them.
You would love to have 2 timeouts with 20 seconds left here.
They've got 1 left. That's the thing. When you've got that extra timeout, you can just, you can take a short, a post play. Now you have 1 with 19 seconds. 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. Carr, back to pass. Throws it over the middle. It's a low pass. Brings up 2nd and 10. 14 seconds to go.
You've either, the Giants know if you throw it to the middle of the field, you've only got 1 timeout. I mean, this is a great place to be as a defensive coordinator.
That's true. 2nd and 10 from the 31. Carr's got an empty backfield.
Giants are not going deep. Not showing deep, sorry.
It's over the middle. It's incomplete. 10 seconds to go. 3rd and 10. There just seems to be no urgency. Not urgency, that's the wrong word. Effort.
Between the pair of these teams, I would argue the word could be substitute for competency.
Well, that's
They
because
just-
that's your favourite word. But they're not trying. Cat,
No.
back to pass. 3rd and 10. He's going deep to the right side. And it just overthrows everybody. There is a flag on the play.
Yeah, that's going to be against the Giants. That's pass interference. He's holding him back.
They should be fired immediately then.
Oh my
That boy
goodness.
should
It
come back out of the
is
locker room.
pass interference. Tyler Nubin. Could be Nubbin. Not sure.
There's Nubin.
I
Nubin,
think
I
it's
think.
Nubin, the rookie. You just can't be doing that.
That is
This is a nothing play.
What was he thinking?
At the 45. That'll make it a 62, 63 yarder.
The Saints still have a timeout.
Still have a timeout. They've got 4 seconds. You can run.
I QB sneak it for 2-3 yards. Timeout.
Well, you could run a literally 4-yard post slant. Boom. Catch down. Timeout once. Oh, they're kicking it.
Just going for it. Trust in Blake Rupee from
67 yards.
Giants are taking a timeout.
I don't know if I'm the Saints. I'm just quarterback sneaking it for 2 yards. making this a little bit easier.
I don't understand. You got 4 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, a
I
60.
mean, you could just.
Hang on. How's it a 60? Oh, sorry. It is a 60-yard attempt.
They must have. They probably said because it's a spot foul, they would put it a couple yards forward than maybe the initial contact.
Okay, right. I thought it was like 67 he was going from. So 60-yard attempt in windy MetLife.
Career longer 57.
High snap. It's blocked. It's blocked.
You're so far ahead.
Why? Why am I ahead?
I don't know, but I'll wait for the guy to kick it. It's been blocked.
Apologies, Jake. Kick was blocked. It's half time in our game.
Was it?
It's now half time in our game.
8 plays for negative yards.
Okay, so that is half time. I'm going to quickly run through the scores around the league, and then I'm going to take a very quick. I'm going to run off and get my crisps and get a refill. Looking at some of the other scores around the league. Titans are beating the Jaguars 3-0. They're already in the second half. 14:08 to go in the third. Dolphins are 15-13 up against the Jets at halftime. Vikings are 14-10 up against the Falcons at halftime. In our game, it's 7-3 Saints. Eagles are 14-10 up over the Panthers at halftime. Steelers are 13-7 over the Browns. We've still got 23 seconds to go. And the Bucks are 14-10 up over the Raiders at halftime. So, gentlemen, I shall return in just a moment. You may talk amongst yourselves and entertain any viewers who may have. And I will see you in approximately, taking a guess here and say about 90 seconds.
Okay. I think what we saw there on the graphic anyway before half time, the Saints have moved the ball a lot more, but 8 plays for negative yards.
There seems to be a trend in the last kind of 5 to 6 weeks with this. Well, no, sorry. Since Derek Carr came back from injury, that he's had a good kind of completion percentage, but not for too many yards. Whereas with Drew Lock, he just can't complete anything. So it's just But yeah, I like Cliff Kingsbury as an offensive play caller, but I don't feel like he's been the best in the second half of this season so far. Obviously, the injuries don't help, but a lot of his play calls.
Got to do with this?
Not Kingsbury, Kubiak. I knew it was the other one. Wrong one, Kubiak. But his play calls haven't been maximum profit, if that makes sense. So there's been a lot of small yardage plays and not even going forward. That's the bad thing about it. So what do you think about it?
There's just no intermediate kind of plays. It's either a very short dink and dunk behind the line of scrimmage, try and make something happen, or the home run. But there's no threat of like a 15, 20-yard pass. Like it's all or nothing.
Mm-hmm. I think he needs to go back to what he was doing the first couple of weeks. Obviously, he had players like Olave and Shaheed, but that doesn't mean that the other players can't step in to those kind of routes. Obviously they're not as talented as these guys, but other players can still step into those routes. They just don't seem to be doing them as much. Do you feel like that, or have you noticed anything along those lines?
I just think it's a lack of trust, and there's not a possession receiver out there, so they don't have a big tight end like Travis Kelce that you can throw to. They don't have a Michael Thomas that was always good for 10 to 15 yards. There's no kind of reliable guy you can throw the ball to 8-9 times a game and he'll just get you 10 yards here, 10 yards there. It's very much, well, throw to the running backs or try and make something happen behind line of scrimmage, and then if not, we'll just throw it 80 yards and hope.
Yes. So, gentlemen, I have with me a packet of salt and vinegar discos. Dave, you said 9?
Done. I said 11.
Oh, 11. Jake, you said 9. And I went for 10. So to show that this is being done properly, right?
I've seen unboxing streams before. Don't worry, I'm aware.
You're going into a bowl.
Full discos.
full discos. There's not
Let the
many.
record state I wanted 11, but Dave took it.
There's not
There
many.
we go. Yeah, yeah, get that in there. Yeah.
One.
Oh, this is going to be the worst unboxing I've ever watched in my life.
It's not looking great.
I can see why we don't get many viewers on here.
There are 7 full discos. Oh, 8! There's 8! And some pieces
Right.
and some
lot
little
of crisps
bits.
still in there. Yes!
Jake is the closest. 8 full discos and some bits and pieces. And a packet of discos.
And if we're playing the Price is Right rules, we're all wrong.
Oh, yeah, because you can't be over.
Because you can't be over.
But since we're watching American football, I demand a recount, and I want this to go to the Supreme Court because I do not accept that result. I do not accept that result. I want a recount.
was- Oh, 5 years ago. Get over it.
4 4 years. 4 years. It's 4 years. 4 more years. But you know what? In fairness, how much? Right, actually, here's a good question. Single bag of discos. How much do they cost? Anyone know?
Oh, I don't know. This was a 6-pack. I got it in Tesco.
Just can't control your disco intake. You've got to go for the 6-pack,
Disco's
not
on
just
my
one.
Oh, do you know what? There's 25.5 grams. It used to be 33 in a packet of crisps. It's now 25 and a half. This is shocking. I need to look up what a 6-pack of discos costs in Tesco these days. Tesco. Here we go. We'll find out.
Well,
7
I'll
to
tell
3
you
in our game.
The grab bag, which is 50 grams, which I think is twice the size, is £1.10.
Holy hell.
So just the way you got the multi-pack, I think, because the multi-pack probably worked out like £1.50 for 6.
It was one. Can you see that? Can you see that?
Yeah, I could just see white.
Why is it not exposing? It's 150 for 6 packs.
Nailed it.
Oh,
30
Jake's on the
pence for
ball
8.
here.
Yeah, 30 pence for 8 discos and some dross as well. It's just 8 and dross.
25 pence. Pennies count.
Wow. Good job, but don't work in finance.
Yeah. You should be checking Dave's belt adjustments.
That's a penny per gram you're paying. If it's 25 pence.
like-
YouTube, full disclosure, when we're talking about pennies for a gram, we're talking about crisps.
What other kind of grams are you getting for a penny? I just want to say.
Because if I need to get in touch with you, dear.
Come on. Penny a gram?
Nope.
Say what?
Yeah. Yeah, that's like Lidl and Aldi drugs at that point. It's just...
You can't even get bicarbonate soda for that. So I saw that the Raiders brought it back within 4 points now. Things are looking not too bad for the Saints at the moment.
And the
Oh,
Panthers... Sorry.
sorry, I was just going to say, we've got an advert right now for, what is it, The Masked Singer? Did we see who was voted off of The Masked Singer last week in America?
I do not watch The Masked Singer.
It was an NFL player.
But I'll tell you what, you can tell it's so fake because they knew who the guy was.
Wow. So Jake's seen it then. Definitely Jake's seen it then.
Who was it?
It was Kobe Turner, defensive tackle for the Rams.
I would
And
never
exactly
have got
that, Neil. So people that don't watch NFL were all like,
Dave,
Turner,
I would be
my
hard.
favorite NFL player, Kobe Turner.
I would be hard pressed
most
to recognize
American
him if he wasn't wearing his number on his jersey. I'm like, I don't know. He looked a little familiar, but I don't know if I
Masked
can tell you who
Singer.
that was.
The crowd and the desk, they went wild because they love Kobe Turner. He's a real big deal.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. This is. So moving on, guys, because that is not how I thought that was going to go.
Why are you watching The Masked Singer?
I wasn't. I saw Kobe Turner appeared on it on like clips. I was like, oh, of course.
Well, hang on, no,
everyone
but you
must be
said, oh, did you see who was on The Masked Singer? As if to say, I watched it. Did you watch it?
That
It'd be like if
was-
Adam Troutman turned up and everyone went mad for Adam Troutman.
Lucas Krull. Don't know why I'm picking on the Broncos tight ends, but yeah, I'm like, I wouldn't know. See if Adam Troutman was on, I would be like, I don't know who that is. I'm like, Adam Troutman, I recognize the name, but I don't know what he looks like. Show me his number. And I'm like, yeah, I know that guy.
Real question is, Dave, if you didn't know it was Kobe Turner, you know, when he immediately took the mask off, would you be like, oh my God, it's Kobe Turner?
I knew you were going to ask that. I was waiting on you asking that. Niels, I wouldn't have gone there. I think. So Saints are winning here.
Let's plead the fifth.
Just yeah, we're in America. They like to plead the fifth. I'll plead the fifth.
We're not in America.
We're on our on my screen. We're in America. I'm in. Well, actually, technically, we're in the Roman Empire now because of the advert that's on. It's just.
I must be on a different advert because I'm watching like Duracell.
Oh, right, hang on. When this one finishes, Dave, I will pause it. Oh no, I paused it at an all-new epic series.
Oh, mine's just gone by. Yeah.
Jake?
I'm watching NFL on Netflix.
That's not good.
Streaming now. Fox, NFL.
Nope, Chiefs v Steelers, Ravens v Texans. NFL Christmas game day. And now I'm watching like Saquon Barkley.
What?
Oh, so what are you on in the bottom corner, time wise?
2:46:05 or 6
Oh, you're-
or 7.
Well, you're way ahead of me then.
Oh, I'm 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
I'm at
How
two.
did this happen?
I just reset it. I'm at 2:46 and 30 seconds.
Yeah, exact same.
4 seconds ahead of me.
4 seconds ahead. I am pausing it. Now, stick to your game plan.
Stick to your game plan.
There we go. And we're back. Lovely.
You're making me sound like I'm crazy when I'm watching Kurt Warner and like NFL, NFL Netflix. I was 4 seconds behind. You're making it sound like I was in like the 1920s.
No, it's
In
because
fairness, I thought the same. Yeah.
I was watching something about Joan of Arc. And you're talking about Saquon
we-
Barkley. And I was like, where the heck is he getting this from?
We're getting different adverts despite watching the same game.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Maybe because I'm watching it on a different device. Like I'm getting different adverts.
So, do we think Brian DeBall will reach the end of the season?
Brian
Dayball.
Dable.
Dable.
Yeah.
Brian
DeBall. I don't know why I
Dable.
said DeBall. Dayball. Do we think Dayball will reach the end of the season still as the head coach?
I don't think so.
Brian DeBold. I think it'll be the end of the season. I don't see the point of really firing him now. If anything, the Giants want to, if they think that they suck under DeBold, go secure yourself a top 1 draft pick. Go get one of the Colorado boys, and if Dion's okay with that, you better get a permission slip first. It's a big market though, so I can't see Mr. Sanders having an issue with it.
Touchback.
Touchback.
It seems a pretty stacked draft this year. at various positions. I would have thought so. I mean, who's the guy that's the wide receiver and the cornerback guy that's just like the best in everything he does?
Travis
between
Hunter.
two? Yeah,
Travis
Travis
Hunter.
Hunter. Yeah. If he doesn't go one, he goes two, surely.
As long as he doesn't win the Heisman, I'm fine with it.
It's a handoff to the right-hand side. That's about a 5 or 6 yard pickup. Are we still in sync, guys?
Nope.
Oh, you're a good like 2-3 seconds ahead.
Okay,
Yep.
I am.
Me and Jake are back synced up again.
I've paused it with 30 seconds on the game clock. Play clock.
There's no game clock.
Play clock.
Oh, there's that.
30.
26, 25,
So
24.
now I'm behind you. You need to tell me what 30 happens.
You'll be back ahead. You'll be-
Complete silence.
You said there's. You said there's a 30 on the game clock. We're watching an interview, mate. There was no game clock.
Right. Never mind. Drew Lock, 2nd and 4, under centre. There's a handoff up the middle. He is stopped for 0 gain. They might give him half a yard forward progress, which is rubbish, but there you go.
Well, they gave him a full yard there. They've gone from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, despite the guy going backwards.
Yeah, that's rubbish.
Drew Lock
They're
is
hurrying up
6
to
of
the line.
19.
Quick snap. The
Yeah,
handoff up the
yeah.
middle. He's bodied in the backfield. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. It's 4th and 3. Oh, they gave him a yard. How do they keep giving this guy yards? And the Giants have an offensive lineman down.
Oh, left guard Runyon.
John Runyon.
Oh, no, thank you.
Stop us
I don't want to see that.
I think.
Oh no.
No, don't want to see that. Thank you very much.
Tell you what, Jamie Gillen is earning his paycheck today, though. Must be his 6th punt. Oh,
It will
just
be,
started
yeah.
second half.
Yes, this will be a 6th punt. Yeah. And he said 3 that landed or ended up in the 20. But that's because he's kicking it from like the 50, so every time. So
Yeah.
Hey, you can't
He
get
is
more than
punting
like a
from midfield
30
every
yard
time,
net.
but-
36. He's got a 36-yard average. Yeah.
You're kicking it from the 50 every single time. That's pretty good.
But there again, Habel has had 4 punts, averaging 32 yards. None landing in the 20.
It's not been great for the Saints field position-wise yet. Find themselves ahead in the game, about to get the ball back. I mean, it just kind of shows how poor the Giants are.
Yeah.
And that's how you go ahead and lose 7 games in a row and looking like, at the moment, on track for number 8.
I don't like how they go to a commercial timeout after the first drive of the second half when it's a 3 and out.
They probably would have anyway, but in fairness, there was an injury.
I suppose there was.
It wouldn't have been maybe as long of a advert. But at this rate, the Jags Titans game will be going into the 4th quarter. You know, they're racing ahead.
Yeah, they're already 6.5 minutes to go in the third. Titans are up 3-0. They've got a 2nd and 7 on Jacksonville's 23, so they're in field goal range, the Titans. They could double their lead here. Okay, so we're just back to the game now, and we're seeing the fella sitting down. Are you
Nope. Oh, he sat down.
25, 24, 23?
29,
Keep
28,
counting.
27, 26, 25, 24, 23,
And
22.
we're back. Okay, so here comes the punt by Gillen. He's got a weird kicking motion. And it's fair catch at the 21-yard line for the Saints. Saints get the ball back.
Not a good punt. and doesn't even get the inside the 20. 21, so not good punt that.
No, probably his worst punt of the day. That was
To
terrible
be fair, his
block.
leg's probably tired. He's...
First and 10 Saints. It's a handoff up the middle. There is a flag. There might be a false start, maybe an illegal formation. Could be
It's going to
offside.
be a legal formation.
You've managed to go ahead like 2 seconds again after one play.
Offside.
I swear you watch
Defense.
like 1.2 speed. Oh.
Am I ahead of you again, Jake?
Yeah.
Okay, bear with me 2 seconds.
3 5 yards. We'll take those.
Clock is at 23 seconds.
There is no clock. 23.
Okay,
22, 21.
that's
20.
fine. Yep, we're back in sync again. I'll just keep pausing this. We'll just check after each couple of plays. First and 5. I don't know how. Don't know why this is happening. It's handoff left side to Kamara. I thought he broke a tackle there. Oh, he managed to fall forward. That looks like I pick up a 4 on first and 5 to bring up second and 1.
Again, they didn't call forward progress, so they've just allowed him to kind of fall backwards over the power of the ball. It's so harsh on defenses. There's no advantage ever given to the defense.
Yeah, he gets stopped and then falls forward 3 yards. Second and 1. Car's under centre. It's a handoff up the middle. He did not get it. Looks like about half the distance. Looks like about 1.5 yards there for Kamara.
Very important third down here.
Yes, yeah, just about, literally just about half a yard. It's 3rd and 1. They're giving it.
And knowing the Saints will probably try and throw 60 yards to MVS here. And then punt the ball.
Car's
Because you'd be like,
under
oh, if they're
centre.
going for it though.
No, it's a handoff to the fullback, and I think he's got it. Was it the fullback?
So far ahead.
It's 21, Williams.
Javonte Williams.
Jamal.
Play clock's at 33 seconds.
34, 33. You managed to go like 3 seconds ahead after each play. I don't know how.
I
time
don't know
works.
how that's possible. Unless you're seeing your guys literally freeze.
No. Nothing's freezing. Just
I-
always on 1.2
for example-
Not both of us. Yeah, not both of us at the exact same time.
But
It's
the thing is, I can't go faster than real time. It's not possible.
You are, though. You're breaking.
Car
the sound
throws. It's caught as a flag on the play. He
speed.
fumbled.
Fumble. It's all
Picked
kicking
up
off.
by his own guy. There is a flag in the play. Derek Carr signaling it's against the Giants, but he's always going to do that.
He's also walking back whilst doing it, which is interesting.
Declined.
Offside again.
Result of the play is a first down. It was offside.
2 offsides on the first drive out of the second half. This is just bad coaching.
Oh, that was right on the nose, though. He was maybe an inch across the line. That was actually a fumble, though. Oh, it's a snap. Carr gets hit as he throws, and it falls.
I'm still watching a replay.
Complete.
How do you do it? You
I am
breathe
now
time.
36 seconds on the game clock, a play clock. I paused it.
36, 35, 34, 33.
Okay.
Every play you go 3 seconds ahead.
I can't, I
Me,
don't know
me and
why.
you're so me and Jake are still linked up, aren't we?
Yep.
This makes no sense. I am constantly, well, you guys are constantly falling behind.
You pause it, and then a play later, you're 3 seconds back ahead.
I don't know what's happening. 13,
Always
12, 11,
like the Bermuda
10,
Triangle.
9, 8,
Yeah, you're-
7.
yeah, you are
Okay, snap, throw time. Kamara, flag on the play. Kamara breaks the tackle. He gets out to the 45-yard line to bring up a 3rd down and 3, but there is another flag down. That might be a false start.
If it's offside, the Giants should just forfeit the game. Like, it should just be done.
I think they're calling that a false start.
Formation.
Was it
Yeah, legal
formation?
formation. Yeah.
2nd and 15. We give those free 5 yards we got back.
Ah, miles off the line. Why don't they just line up next
All
to
of
the
them.
man? That's so frustrating.
When they were calling out who it was they said Fuaga, but it was all of them. Literally
And even
all of
again,
them.
look at that again. Miles behind the ball. It's a pass. That's Copper Williams. Maybe a 5-yard pickup and brings up 3rd and 10. There are 30 seconds on the clock.
You're 5 seconds ahead. How are you doing
25.
this?
Let me know when you get to 25. Let me know when you get to 25.
26, 25.
Okay. I can't. I'm not doing this.
You're watching in 1.2 speed. Don't lie to me.
You can't watch live, otherwise I'll be placing bets, knowing the result after the game. Before the game's
But
finished.
9, 8, 7, 6, yeah? Still?
Under 5, 4.
Yeah.
Carr throws it deep downfield. It's a jump ball. It is intercepted.
Underthrown. So horribly underthrown.
It's a
And
terrible
ironically,
pass.
this is by far the Giants' worst field position of the game. They've intercepted the ball, and this is the worst field position they've had all game.
And they're still
Cars.
only inside they're on their own 20-yard line or only 18-yard line, and it's their worst.
That is terrible.
Ah, that was poor,
Yeah.
Jake. That was poor. Okay.
Carr doing his best Kirk Cousins impression from last week.
Quick look at scores around the league. Titans are 6-0 up over the Jags. 3:02 to go in the third. Jets are beating the Dolphins 20-15 with 10:26 to go in the third. Vikings are beating the Falcons 14-10, 7:02 to go in the third. In our game, 9:33 to go in the third. The Saints are beating the Giants 7-3. The Eagles are beating the Panthers 14-10. 5 minutes to go in the third, but the Panthers do have 1st and goal on Philly's 5-yard line. Steelers are 13-7 up over the Browns, 11:20 to go in the third. Buccaneers are 14-10 up over the Raiders, with 4:45 to go in the third. Raiders have 2nd and 8 on Tampa Bay's 10. So it's all going
I'm
down.
on the Raiders.
All going down.
Oh, never mind. Aidan Connell pass, shot left, intended for Brock Bowers. Intercepted. Never mind.
Now that's the end of that.
So good news for Bucks fans. If they can win this game, the Falcons lose, I'll be right back in it.
If the Falcons lose, are the Falcons at the top or are the Bucks at the top?
Falcons, because I think they've beaten. They went 2-0 against the Bucks.
Against the Bucks, so
Falcons.
they've got the tiebreaker.
Mhm.
But if the Vikings win this game,
And the Bucks remain in schedule. I mean, the Chargers next week, not easy. At the Chargers as well, and their well-known home advantage. At Dallas, which is like the best place to be playing football at the moment.
yeah,
Versus Carolina, versus home Carolina, home Saints. I mean, other than the Chargers game, they've got 3 very, very winnable games.
that's crazy.
So is that's the Falcons,
That's the Bucks.
the Bucks. Okay,
The
do we know
Falcons,
about
that's-
Saints and Falcons?
The Falcons' schedule is as follows.
We're
Let's have
back
a
to
look. Obviously,
our
after
game, and there's
today-
a flag on the play after a
False
stoppage.
start.
A false, unbelievable, unbelievable.
This is a sloppy, sloppy game.
It is.
We'll talk about the Falcons' schedule once we've got a.
That was the
break.
Giants' first interception in 11 games.
Oh, wow.
It was their longest drought since 1940 without a pick in a game.
That is shocking. Drew Lock, back to pass. There's a flag on the play. Goes deep left. It's incomplete. Slayton.
Oh, and oh, it's incomplete.
Incomplete.
There we go.
Oh, fuck.
Me and Dave
How
always
is
do
that even
At
possible?
least I know I'm not going crazy.
How
Yeah.
is that even possible? Right. I'm going to pause this again when I see the play clock. I'm going to pause it when I see the play clock.
It makes sense. Brees seems
20
offside, so
seconds
they
on the
just
play
went for it.
clock.
No, no play clock. No play. 24, 23, 22, 21, 20.
My goodness.
Yeah, you don't just go ahead. You go like 5 seconds ahead. Like
I don't understand this. Doesn't matter.
you're faster than speed.
It's, you know what I do? I do know what's causing this. Drew Lock rolls out of it. He throws a pass that's incomplete.
Oh, wow. That's
It's
bad.
because DAZN is so rubbish that it can't decide that 2 people or 3 people who live within just a few miles of each other can be in sync. If I don't pause this for like 10 minutes, how far ahead of you am I going to get?
You'd be in a different game. You'll be in week 15.
Drew Lock with the pass out in 2nd and 10. It's complete.
Oh, that was...
It's about an 8-yard
Well
pickup.
held.
Yeah, that was a
Mel Robinson.
nice throw, nice catch. Sidearm throw there.
That's more
Everything
than...
points to the Giants being the better team. Most of their third downs have been like 3rd and 4 and less. The Saints are always at like 3rd and 7 and more.
Yeah.
Just
But
penalties,
it's
drops,
3rd
and
and
just overall
2.
bad play.
5 seconds on the play clock.
Oh,
You-
10,
10.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Oh,
Oh!
And that brings up a
Butterfingers.
4th and 2.
Chase Young.
Why am I so far ahead of you?
The worst person to be so far ahead is the play-by-play, because me and Dave might well just not watch the game.
Refresh it and see what happens.
I'm afraid it'll put me even further ahead. It's not me. It's not me. It can't
What's
be
the
me
difference at this point?
because I can't go faster than live. It's not possible. It's you guys.
It's not us. We're playing
Oh,
together.
yeah.
Majority rules.
Everyone else is the problem. I see. That's what it is.
Right. I'm going to pause this.
Oh. A nice favourable bounce for the Giants.
When we go to
Saints will get the ball
commercial,
at,
I'm
like, the
pausing
30
this.
yard.
What was Chase Young as well?
Right into his hand.
Just gone to commercial.
No.
Let me know
Chase Young's
when
okay.
you go to commercial.
Chase Young's tantrum. Oh, commercial.
Good grief, it's ridiculous.
It's like 5 seconds after like every play.
That's like 5
He's
seconds
exposed
per
his
play.
1.2 speed now because he went about 6 or 7 seconds ahead of us. Now.
I can't. It's not me though. It's you. You're going slow. I'm not going
Oh,
fast.
okay.
This is a democracy, and you're outvoted 2-1.
That defies the laws of physics.
No, I don't make the rules.
No, physics makes the rules.
Well,
You're claiming that
people to
I'm
one
breaking
says-
them.
no, I'm not. The majority is.
We're going to have a look at the scores around the NFL. If you want to put bets on, do them now while I read them out, and then you can place bets, and then they'll score.
The Giants have just scored. What?
Titans are 6-0 up against the Jags. Jags have 3rd and 4 in Tennessee's 5-yard line. Jets are beating the Dolphins 20-15. Jets have the ball. Vikings are beating the Falcons 14-13. Vikings have the ball. In our game, Saints are winning 7-3 over the Giants. The Panthers are 16-14 up against the Eagles because I'm assuming they missed an extra
It missed
point.
an extra point.
That won't come back to bite them.
No. Steelers are 20-7 up over the Browns. Browns have the ball. And the Buccaneers are 14-10 up over the Raiders. Buccaneers have the ball.
That game
So,
got off to a
oh,
fast start, didn't it? If I remember right, the
yeah,
Bucks
Mm.
and it
the
and
Bucks
just
flew out of
died.
trips. But if we go back to our previous conversation, the Falcons after today,
Mm.
who do they play? They only have 3 games left, so I'm assuming they're on a bye at some point. Oh no, no, they don't. So they're playing the Vikings. They then go at the Raiders on Monday Night Football, home to the Giants, at Washington, home to the Panthers. So again, you would argue 2, if not 3, very winnable games as well. Just showing how easy the NFC South is.
Very.
So they should win 2 or 3 of those games. So hopefully
Play
we do
clock
have a above 500 team.
is at 15
No play
seconds.
clock.
What play clock?
15.
20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15.
Wow. There's a
You're
snap,
unreal.
and
What-
there's
what
flags
on
everywhere.
earth?
Flags everywhere. It's got to be a false start.
They're all laughing because there's about 3 false starts.
Someone tell the centre that we're playing football. Everybody but the centre was playing football for a second.
Yeah, they've given it against the center.
Yeah.
Is that everybody but the centre? Yeah. Call
Yeah.
on the centre.
I thought, is it Cesar Ruiz that is the center? I thought it was
Play
him.
clock's at 20.
Yeah, I think no, 23, 22, 21, 20.
17, 16, 15.
Ball is
They gave
snapped.
against the left guard.
The throw out to
Oh, they-
Kamara. He loses about 3.
That's awful. That's it. That's the second, if not third time that exact play has been called, and it's not once been successful.
It's the 9th negative yard play for the Saints.
Oh,
You
my
just love to see it.
9. Who have your Rams got tonight, Dave?
Ugh,
Can't remember.
the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, that's right.
The red hot Buffalo Bills.
Oh. I there was a play, I think I missed it. Did I miss it? I did miss it. There was a play
Yes,
there.
Kamara picked up maybe 5.
The play
again,
clock
third
is
and
at
12.
25.
You're
29,
7 seconds ahead.
28, 27, 26, 25, 24.
Do you know what?
He's lying. He's just doing it on purpose.
Do you know what? Jake, why don't you call this drive?
Oh, goody. As I put a mint in my mouth.
Well, freshen up.
Freshen up. 3rd and 12. 10 seconds on the play clock. Once again finding themselves in a bad down and distance. Snap to Derek Carr. Drops back. Climb in the pocket. Deep right. Oh, completed. First down.
I want to say Cedric Wilson.
Cedric Wilson indeed. That was a lovely play. All we needed was Jake to call play and the Saints find a positive play.
Let's see how long this runs for.
Yeah, we're about to go for a touchdown. Put your money on it. Neil's will be able to tell me about 2 minutes before it happens. But yeah. If I look over and see Neil's smile, I know we've thrown an interception. But we hurry back up. 10 seconds on the play clock. Cedric Wilson in motion. Fake to Alvin Kamara. Carr being chased by Burns. He throws it
Oh.
straight to number 81, Kevin Austin Jr., who cannot catch the ball.
Close.
That's a bad drop. But the ball wasn't really spiraling, was it? I don't think he threw it properly.
But he had so much space if he caught that ball. 2nd and 10. I would just love to see like a 5-yard completion here. I'm no more 3rd and like 8s, please. You know, it would just be nice. As we see stuff about Darren Rizzi, that's fantastic. Good.
Phyllis, Rizzy, Rooney.
4 seconds on the play clock. 3, 2. They hand it off to Alvin Kamara. Oh no, it's Kendrick Miller. He's got himself some space. I think he might just be about half a yard,
Half a yard short.
But Kendrick Miller in the game and just off a 9-yard run. And a manageable 3rd down for the Saints. Look at
and
this
one.
drive. It's come alive.
3rd and 1. Ever since
What's
Jake
the odds
took
on it
over
being a deep ball
announcing
to the end
duties.
zone?
Oh,
Ever since Jake took
we
over
might just,
announcing duties, play-by-play, Saints are on a roll.
the Saints have come alive. But you're using a lot of the play clock as well each time. Breaking the huddle with 10 seconds to go. This has to be a run up the middle. Hands it off to Kendrick Miller. Gets it. And then some.
First
Probably
down.
about
down.
three
Yeah.
yards in the end. First down into Giants territory. A good drive. We've not seen many of them today.
No. You know, you get like curse of the commentator. Do you think I'm cursing the Saints when I'm doing play-by-play?
I hold that thought, because if we do score a touchdown on a perfect drive, I might be throwing shade. But again, 10 seconds on the play clock. Running. Handoff to Alvin Kamara, bodied behind the line of scrimmage, dove forward for a loss of 2. Maybe 1 if they were generous with the spot. As they show me the Vikings hopefully scoring a touchdown. Please.
Oh,
JJ!
I'm not sure what the Falcons DB was doing. He wasn't marking anyone, and yet just kind of fell over.
We are like those game breaks where we see the Falcons go further behind. We accept those game breaks. 2nd and 12. They did mark him 2 yards down. Kamara in motion. Carr dropping back only slightly. Oh, nice little dink over to Moreau. He's down at the 11.
Yeah.
Into the red zone.
There's going to be a lot of questions for Niosa at the end of this drive, I think.
And lovely touch pass from Carr. Just kind of threw it over the middle.
We one-handed catch by Moreau.
What the Saints have been missing all year is these intermediate plays.
Oh, it was a lovely one-handed take.
This is a nice drive, taking quite a bit of time off the clock, getting a few completions, mixing it up with the runs. We empty backfield with Kamara going out. 3 seconds left. Carr drop back. Quick pass to Juwan Johnson. What is the defense doing? He's wide. Everybody was wide open. That was unbelievably bad from the Giants, but great drive from the Saints. Gave me the play calling duties because the Saints just ran down the field. 13-3, pending the extra point.
Is indeed 13-3, pending the extra point. I am so far ahead of you guys.
Yep.
Miles.
Like I say, every time you pause it, like by a play later, you're 5 seconds ahead. So we line up for the extra point. Snap, Blake Groupie. I'd stayed down the middle, but the wind kind of took it slightly left. But 14-3.
It is 14-3. The New Orleans Saints over the New
Two-score
York
game.
Giants.
Crazy. Not even sure how that happened.
Well, it's Jake. Jake's a good luck charm for the Saints.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
There we go. Jake calling the plays. Looking around the league, the Titans are 6-3 up over the Jaguars. Jets are 20-15.
Influx of scoring in that game. It's 3-0 forever, that game.
20-15 over the Dolphins, and they have the ball first and goal at Miami's 9. The Jets looking to go up by a couple of scores here in the Dolphins. Vikings are 21-19 over the Falcons, who just had a rushing touchdown from Bijan Robinson. In our game, it's 14-3 to the Saints. Panthers are 16-14 ahead of the Eagles, but the Eagles have a 3rd and 5 on Carolina's 5-yard line. Steelers 20-7 over the Browns. Steelers have the ball. Raiders trail the Bucks 14-10, but they do have the ball with a 4th down on Tampa Bay's 44-yard line. 4th and 2. Will they go for it?
2-point success for the Falcons. They are tied up 21 apiece.
Yes, they are. Bijan Robinson gets the 2-point conversion.
Gets the octopus.
Oh, yes, he does indeed.
He gets the 6 points for the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, both to Bijan Robinson.
Jake, what do you think about Bijan? What's your general opinion of him?
It's hard to say because Tyler Algier is such a good running back. It's a 1-2 punch. I mean, he's on a rookie contract that he is. It's absolutely fantastic. Would I pay him like to take on Barkley? I mean, I probably would because, you know, I don't really see many better than him. He's not got much miles on the kind of tank. I think it's just a very, it's a top 10, maybe top, pushing top 5 running back. There's not many I would take ahead of him, and especially when you take into account his age and this contract he's on.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully the Falcons do a Giants and don't pay him. That'd be nice.
And Mr. Neosa, what do
Hello.
you think how about your Denver Broncos? How do you think they've been doing
Oh.
recently? Because they've been
This
Amazing.
season has been beyond my expectations for this team. I know at the beginning of the season I said that they would win like 10 games. But that was just like, my prediction for my team. I didn't actually think they would come anywhere close to 10. And they're only a couple of wins off it. They go into the bye week and they come out of the bye week at home against their closest playoff rival, the Colts. If the Broncos win this game, they don't obviously they don't have the 7th seed wrapped up, but my goodness, do they look good? If they beat the Colts next week, they're like a full 3 games ahead of the Colts. And if the Dolphins lose this one to the Jets, they'll be 3 games ahead of the Dolphins.
Well, the Giants did return the kickoff, but they returned it to 29, so it was all for pretty much nothing because a touchback would have been the 30. But Drew Lock hands off to Tyrone Tracy. Gains a nice maybe 5 yards there on the first down. That's a positive first down for the Giants.
Which one do we think is going to
Really-
happen? Do we think it's going to be a pick since Jake's commentating, or do we think it's going to be a fumble?
Oh, I don't know.
It's just all out offense. Just all out offense, what I'm calling.
Yeah.
This game's gonna finish 35-30.
I've still got it listed as halftime. It's not halftime.
The Giants have to score on this drive. 2nd and 5. Drew Lock back to try on Tracy. If it's not broke, don't fix it. He's a yard short, but again, very manageable 3rd down for the Giants. Drew Lock 7 for 22 on the day. Pretty rough figures.
That is
He's
rough.
thrown less completions than the Saints have negative plays.
I don't know who that's worse for.
Yeah. Ugh.
It'd be really bad if he
kinda
was
sums up this game.
35 out of 36,
3rd and 1. Fake rolls out, finds, I think, Wandale Robinson. He does. Easy completion for a first down. Very much needed for the Giants.
I'll tell you what, there's one man that's been missing this game, Malik Neighbors.
Yeah, he's had 1, maybe 2 catches.
Yeah, he did have that one big catch, the I think it was Locke's 2nd completion, but he has been very quiet in this game. He's sort of dropped off. We've noticed that about some of the rookie wide receivers, Neighbors, Marvin Harrison Jr., that they really sort of dropped off. The notable exception being Lad McConkey over in San Diego, up in Los Angeles for the Chargers. San Diego.
Drew Lock dropping back on 1st and 10. Finds Wandale Robinson again. 4 yards, maybe 5. But again, a positive play on first down. They are staying ahead of the chains. They gave him 4. So 2nd and 6.
True.
Their best drive so far in terms of kind of positive plays. Rushing it back up. 22 seconds on the play clock. A handoff to try on Tracy. Depending on when they spot that, probably looking at a 3rd and 3 here.
Drew Lock is 9 of 24 for 72 yards.
Not great.
72 yards would be a bad quarter for some of these quarterbacks, somewhere 1 minute away from entering the 4th quarter. For the Giants, it is 3rd and 3. 15 seconds on the play clock. Drops back. He's going to run for it, surely. No. Oh, that's a fantastic play. Finds Bellinger again, his favorite target so far today. Another first down for the Giants. He could have ran for it, but wisely instead found Bellinger in a nice little pocket of space. And my colour commentators have nothing to say about that.
I'm just not trying to say anything.
Neos is in the fourth quarter. Neos is in the fourth quarter.
Try not to say
The play
anything.
clock means there will be one more play. There will be one more play this quarter as the Giants drop back. Finds some space. Look, fakes it out to Singletary and runs for 10 yards. Fantastic play, except there is a flag. And nine
it's
times
coming
out of
back.
10, this is going to be a holding penalty.
You can
it
almost
is
you can almost guarantee as soon as you see a quarterback start to run around, and then you see a flag going behind him. It's the only way that's a defensive penalty is if it's like a defense, like hands to the face mask.
Face mask, yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, that's a holding 99 times out of 100.
Just mean they have to have one more play in this quarter. Oh no, they run the clock, so we do go into the fourth quarter. We will start the fourth quarter with the Giants on a 1st and 20 at about midfield, if memory serves. So a good drive, but it's been a good drive because they've played ahead of the chains and now they've got themselves quite a bit behind them.
Yeah, and they've been living at midfield, the Giants. Absolutely living at midfield.
Yeah, this is where their drives have come to die.
So we're going to take a wee quick look at scores around the league. The Jacksonville Jaguars are 9-6 up on the Titans. Tank Bigsby with an 8-yard touchdown run. So pending the extra point. Jets are 23-15 up over the Dolphins. Dolphins have the ball 1st and 10 on their own 40. Falcons and Vikings are tied at 21. Vikings have a 1st and 10 at their own 42. The Jaguars kicked the extra point. It's 10-6 in that game now. Saints are 14-3 up in ours at the end of the 3rd. The Eagles are 22-16 up over the Panthers. Carolina has the ball 2nd and 5 on their own 49-yard line. These Panthers are just not going away for the Eagles. They're not going away at all. Steelers are 27-7 over the Browns. Browns have the ball 2nd and 15 at 3rd and 8, beg your pardon, at Pittsburgh's 34-yard line. And the Bucks are 14-10 up over the Raiders. They've got a 1st and 10 on their own 36-yard line. That one's at the end of the 3rd quarter. So looking at some of these, Jags Titans is only 6:46 to go in the game. There must be just a lot of running in that one. That game's just flying past. Patrick will be able to watch that game and then come back and watch that.
And catch the end of ours.
And catch the end of ours. He will be able to do that.
That's 24 unanswered points for the Steelers. The Browns were 7-3 up. And a very, very important stop for the Dolphins forcing the field goal because that makes it still a 1-point game.
Yeah.
A touchdown and a 2-point, they'll tie that game back up.
They can. The Jets had a chance there. If they'd been able to go up by 2 scores, that would have been huge. Dolphins holding to a field goal. The Vikings just had a big play, so they're now 2nd and 10 at Atlanta's 16-yard line. They managed to get that all the way down the field to the 16 of Atlanta.
We have returned to MetLife Stadium. Ball on the 48. I think it's the Saints 48, so they are in positive territory. But 1st and 20, so a ways to go here. Empty backfield. And the snap to Drew Lock. He drops back. He finds Neighbors.
There we go.
It was a very positive play. They found themselves again back at about 2nd and 5, 2nd and 4. Doesn't matter where you put them, they're going to find themselves a manageable 2nd and 3rd downs. Everyone kind of just stood still, beat the zone. Malik Neighbors found a nice little gap. 2nd and 6. It's got a man in the backfield and a heavy set to the left. Malik Neighbors one-on-one on the right as well. But he does hand it off. I can't tell if that's Singletary or Tracy. It is Tracy. But 3rd down and 1. Say 2. 3rd and 2. But down 11 points. I mean, a field goal isn't the end of the world. It would make it a one-score game, but you would really love to see a touchdown for
Yeah,
them.
that offense hasn't been doing anything in this game. They really need to try something.
3rd and 2. Drew Lock dropping back. Lofts it up to nobody. He was staring down Tracy, hoping he got available. Didn't. Still threw it. 4th and 2. Will we see Brian Daboll go for it? I wouldn't be surprised here.
Surely that would be surely that it. What? Yeah, I mean, sure. Yeah, they have to.
Well, they don't have to. They
Six.
kick a
Well,
field goal
no.
to,
Yeah.
but with that play call, that leads me to think that they're going for it. But they have no.
Wow.
They've done the smarter play in terms of making it a one-score game. It's only a 48-yard attempt. Bring it to an 8-point game. But I don't love that 3rd down call. It's snapped to Cano. Yes, dead center. 48 yards. 14-6. A good end result for the Giants. They have to get points there, but such a promising drive. That 3rd and 2 play call was not great. I don't know if it was on the play call or Drew Lock. He was staring down Tracy and still decided to throw it. There's a flag down
What?
and a Saints player down. I'm assuming this is after the play, though, so it'll be tacked onto the kickoff. It's a very late flag either way. But Gano's sticking out there. This could be interesting. A big old huddle. I remember when Brian Dable used to get upset. He's so fed up and like just. I think the Jets have broken him. Like he's just got his glasses on. Like,
This has been a rough year for Dable.
yeah, yeah. I just heard that it was after the play, so I'm assuming it's just going to be something enforced on the kickoff. The glasses have come off. The headset's gone up. Brian Dable said, "This is taking too long. You test my patience."
A lot of talking about this flag.
There's right players down. I wonder is there going to be an ejection here? Was the hands thrown? What's happened?
Replay 4th down.
A 15-yard penalty.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that is huge.
He jumped over the long snapper, or what happened?
Hold on, I think they were saying 63 unnecessary roughness. He picked the guy up and like
Body
spine,
slammed.
Oh, sorry.
spine buster. But
Oh, was it against the
Batista would have been
Giants?
proud of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, against the Giants, took the field goal off. They've backed them up 15
Whoa.
yards, which would be a 63-yard field goal now. That is a huge penalty.
That is absolutely criminal.
I don't know why you go for a spine buster in those positions, but maybe he's looking for a WWE contract. First time with 10 penalties in back-to-back games since 2018. It has been a very badly coached game from the Giants. And they're punting the ball, so they're now going to be a 2-score game again. And where, stop us if you heard this before. The Giants are punting from midfield. Oh, ran into the kicker. There's a flag. This is a messy, messy game. Is it going to be the plant leg? Is this going to be the 5-yard or the 15-yard?
Is it running or is it roughing? One of the two.
But that is criminal from the Saints special teams.
I mean,
Again,
if
the
that's
interim
roughing,
head
that's
coach
an
is a special
automatic
teams
first
coordinator.
down, isn't it?
I think it's 15 yards, which would put us right back where we started. But what a mess. No wonder the Jags-Titans game is 15 minutes ahead of us because we've not moved the play clock in like... Oh, I don't think it was his plan.
Yeah.
Like, I think it might be the 5-yard variety, but...
Again, another criminal play.
Oh, you just can't be doing these things. This is amateur hour.
Running into the kicker.
Okay.
Declined. Because it was the 5-yard variety and it was a good punt, they've declined it. So we finally get the Saints ball the Giants took points off themselves, and then the Saints tried to make them. Oh, what a mess!
This
What
this
a
game
mess
this
to
game
start
is
the
an
fourth quarter, but 14-3.
absolute farce at this point. Look at some of the scores around the league. Jags are 10-6 up over the Titans. Titans have the ball on Jacksonville 13-yard line. 2nd and 7. Jets are 23-15 up over the Dolphins, but it's 4th and 11 on their own 16. They're going to be punting it back to the Dolphins. Vikings are 28-21 up over the Falcons. And the Vikings have a 1st and 10 after a fumble recovery on Atlanta's 18-yard line. So they're within field goal range already. They're looking to
Kickoff.
put some distance away. Sorry, what was that, Jake?
It was on the kickoff, so they scored a touchdown, kicked off, guy fumbled it. Vikings got the ball straight back.
Oof. Saints are 14-3 up in our game. They've got the ball. Eagles are 22-16 over the Panthers. Eagles have the ball on their own 27-yard line. Steelers are 27-7 over the Browns. They have the ball on their own 4-yard line after a nice punt by Bajorquez, who is a really good punter for the Cleveland Browns. He's really good. The Bucks are still 14-10 up over the Raiders. Bucks have the ball 1st and 10 on their own 23-yard line. What's left in these games? Jags Titans is at the 2-minute warning.
Unreal.
The Jets Dolphins is 13-23 to go. The Falcons Vikings is 10-49. Our game is 13-35. Panthers 8:35 to go. Browns Steelers is 14:02, but they kicked off a bit later. And the Raiders Bucks is 11:46. So, yeah, if you're watching the Jags Titans game, you're going home in 5 minutes. Like that's it. It's done.
It would do well to go to overtime as well. So we might have Patrick Jackson in the chat joining us in a couple of minutes.
We might indeed.
Is there any surprise inactives in the Bills Rams, Dave, or are you as expected?
From what I know, it's as expected. I think the Bills, from what I saw on Twitter this week, they were taking a bit easier in training. I don't know, was that to do with the kind of the cold weather game that they had last weekend? There might have been a few groggier legs, shall we say, after that one. But there was a few limited practices. But aside from that, I don't think there's any big news on either side of the ball. I'm about as optimistic as the Giants are in this game.
Well, 14-3. The Saints have the ball on their own 11. Handoff to Kendre Miller, who again finds the edge. Oh, and somehow stays in bound to gain about 6 or 7 yards when it looked like it was going to be 2.
Before he was kind of bulldozed after being out of bounds for about a second.
Was 7 yards in total. 2nd and 3. Kendre Miller, best game of his career, which is a very low bar. But hey, positives. He's lined up in the backfield again as the Saints continue to kind of kill the clock. 10 seconds on the play clock. A pitch out to Kendre Miller. Again finds the edge. Tries to sneak back in with his second effort. Might be given the first down, but depends. She does get, the linesman does give the first down. Good second effort there. And, these kind of games are for players like Kendre Miller. He's battling not just for a win here, he's battling for a roster spot, future. These are important to these players.
Of
when
course.
they say about tanking, players aren't going to tank.
No, you'll never see a player tank. That'll never happen. I mean, no one's under any illusions that Alvin Kamara isn't your number one running back. But then after him, that's up for grabs about who your next guy up is.
2 seconds on the play clock, 1 second. Derek Carr dropping back. Finds a lovely pass to, I think, MVS, but there's 3-4 bodies on top of him. Another first down for the Saints. But yeah, Jamal Williams, the experiment with him really hasn't kind of worked. He was leading the league in touchdowns with the Lions, and he's barely seen the field in 2 years with the Saints. So Kendre Miller definitely fighting for a roster spot.
Oh, absolutely.
It was MVS. So 1st and 10. Nice catch. 4 for 51 on the day for MVS. Really kind of stepped up in the absence of Olave and Shaheed. Alvin Kamara is now in the backfield. Kendra Miller in motion, gets the ball, gets the edge, but the Giants finally wary to it. I think it's going to be a negative 3-yard play. I mean, the Giants hadn't proven that they were ever going to set the edge, so I understand the Saints going for it, so I don't really hate that play call, despite it going for 3. But the clock does stop because he ran out of bounds. I mean, there's 11:31 left. I'm not saying the Saints are going to try and seal the ball here, but there certainly seems to be a attempt to bring this game towards a close. 2 scores up. Don't know if there's an injury or a TV timeout or something, but the play clock has stopped at 29. And yeah, there's a Giant down. Trey Hawkins, the 3rd.
Okay, we'll go back to some of the scores here. The Titans turned over on downs deep in Jaguars territory. Jaguars get the ball back, up 10-6 with 1:11 to go in the game. Dolphins have the ball. They're trailing 23-15 to the Jets. They've got 1st and 10 and the Jets 42. Vikings are now up 35-21 over the Falcons. That game looks like it's going to be done and dusted. 8:23 to go in the 4th, though, but a 14-point lead. Saints with an 11-point lead in our game. Eagles are 22-16 up over the Panthers, and they have the ball. 2nd and 8 in Carolina's 26. Steelers still 27-7. And the Bucks are 14-10 up over the Raiders, and they have 1st and goal at Las Vegas's 3-yard line.
Okay, the Saints break the huddle. It's 2nd and 13. Kamara in the backfield. Shot. Oh, that's a terrible throw. Double covered Juwan Johnson, and he overthrew him and nearly found the safety. That was a terrible play call and throw. 3rd and 13.
That line judge must be so sick of him by now. She's been screaming in her ear all game.
No half measures with Rizzy, but she's definitely going to be asking for some air defenders for Christmas. 3rd and 13 as the play clock winds down to 3, 2, 1. It might be a delay of game here.
Oh, surely not.
I was going to say, if they snap the ball, it's very generous, but no, they do call a delay of game. So a 3rd and 13 just became a 3rd and 18, and what looked like a somewhat promising drive for the Saints has gone up in smoke.
Over the Jags Titans. Titans call the last timeout. No, sorry, 2nd timeout. 59 seconds to go. It's 4th and 5 for Jacksonville.
Okay, empty backfield, but Kamara now goes to the backfield. 3rd and 18. We see the classic draw play. Kamara is touched in the backfield, somehow regains footing, and goes for 16 yards. That is just a severe lack of effort from the Giants and a great effort from Kamara. A 4th and 2 at the midfield. If you're not up 2 scores, you go for this.
Oh, that was a atrocious attempt at tackling.
They should have been hit for negative yards and then all of a sudden runs for 16. Great determination from Kamara. It'd be interesting to see what the Saints do here, because up 2 scores, you probably punt it. Any other time, you might go for it. And they do take the smart play, and that isn't surprising with a special teams coordinator as a head coach.
Giants fans are leaving now in a few numbers. What was there?
Leaving New Jersey. It's a deep punt, takes a Giants bounce though, but I think it's first punt inside the 20 to be fair, so down to the 17 from the looks of it. The Giants get the ball and are in dire need of a quick turnaround here, down 11 points.
Dolphins got a huge DPI for them against the Jets. They're down 1st and goal in New York Jets 8, trailing by 8. 11:19 to go. The Jags Titans. Titans have 3rd and 10. 43 seconds to go.
I think we all want to see the Dolphins win. And maybe not Niosa because the playoff race.
Purely for
But
playoffing
Neil-
implications, but, Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, So the Giants are on the ball at their 18, it looks like. 1st and 10, empty backfield, Drew Lock, dropping back. Quick out to Malik Neighbors, makes a man miss, but well held. Ugo Amadi looked like he had been beaten by Neighbors, but managed to keep hold of him. There's a man in the stands. The general manager, I thought I said spy. It's SVP, general manager. But I saw a man in a box with binoculars and I thought spy. He's not doing a very good job.
If you come to an event in a bright purple suit and you're a spy, I don't think you've read the handbook very clearly.
Sometimes, sticking out his statement.
Well, see, situationally though, spies don't need to be invisible all the time. For example, right, you imagine, right, see on this island, yeah? If you just walk around with a high vis, you're invisible. Because everyone wears high vis. All your crofters are wearing high vis all the time. All your council workers are wearing high vis. If you saw someone with a high vis just walking down the road, you wouldn't even register them. It'd be better than camouflage.
True.
And this is such an interesting game that we just spent about 35 seconds watching a guy in a purple suit watch the game with binoculars. That is something. They're showing the projected 2025 draft order. The Giants at 2 and 10 wouldn't even be a top 2 draft pick currently. Due to strength of schedule, they will be picking 3rd at the moment. Depending on what happens with the Jags Titans, that could very much change.
Titans have 4th and 15 on their own 35-yard line with 34 seconds to go. Jaguars took a timeout. What? Oh, after a penalty? Oh, I don't get it. I just don't get it. Anyway, Miami Dolphins, touchdown. Tagovailoa to Tyreek Hill, 4 yards. It's 23-21 to the Jets over the Dolphins. 2-point conversion. We'll do it.
The Giants are back on the ball, 2nd and 7. Looks like Tracy in the backfield. Wandale Robinson in motion. Lock back. Finds Bellinger again over the middle. Decent game for him. A 1st down. Positive movement for the Giants. They are moving up to the ball slowly. There is still about 9 minutes left, but they do need to get a bit of a rush on. As we see Jordan Addison scoring the aforementioned Vikings touchdown to put them up to 35 points. Good news for the Saints fans. Falcons are losing.
Can I also quickly point out that completion there took Drew Lock over 100 yards for the day?
Nice.
Oh, and he's Tommy Two Cents is in at quarterback.
Wow.
Tommy DeVito in at quarterback, double backfield, handing off to, I think, Singletary. No, Tracy. But yeah, that's...
Wow.
And he's back out.
They pulled Lock? Oh.
No, that was just a design play for Tommy DeVito to hand the ball off. I don't know, maybe Drew Lock got tired.
Jake will be happy to hear Kirk Cousins' pass intercepted, but Brian Murphy. Vikings have the ball back.
To Minnesota.
Back to Minnesota.
And the Dolphins
got the 2-point conversion.
2nd and 9 for the Giants after that Tommy DeVito handoff. Brilliantly handed off. Drew Lock drops back. Malik Neighbors thrown behind him. 3rd and 9. I don't know if that was a miscommunication. Neighbors was supposed to go back or if it was just underthrown. But not great either way.
It looked like it was thrown earlier than he was expecting.
Yeah. 3rd and 9. 8 minutes 20 left on the clock. You're getting a bit desperate here for the Giants now.
The Jaguars win 10-6 over the Tennessee Titans.
Wow.
Patrick
Great
Jackson
news for
will
Giant
be
fans.
delighted.
Well, you've just cost yourself a #1 draft pick. Giants fans will be delighted. 3rd and 9. Drew Lock dropping back. Drew Lock stepping up. He's again running sideways instead of
Oh.
forward, but he does pick up the first down and still gets hit. This man doesn't know how to run in a straight line, but he gets it done. And he's probably back to being their leading rusher as well, which is just a sad state of affairs.
Oh dear.
Let's check the box score quickly. He's oh no, Tyrone Tracy's still just ahead of him, but 3 for 31 Lock. He'd be about 3 for 50 if he could run in a straight line. First and 10, handed off. Tracy picks up another probably 5 there. They've only given 4. I think that's a pretty harsh spot.
Panthers Eagles has gone to the 2-minute warning. Panthers have the ball first and 10 in their own 46-yard line, trailing by 6.
Okay. Giants hurry back up onto the ball. 2nd and 6, empty backfield. Tracy up top. Lock dropping back.
No, nice.
Finds Slayton, I think that is. 86. Yeah, Slayton for a first down.
Very nice play.
But he stayed in bounds, so the clock is running. Still 7 minutes left, but down 11 points, you need to be making a bit more of an effort here, I think, to get up on the ball. But yeah, good route from Slayton, and the ball was delivered. Bit high, but he managed to bring it in. A position where only your receiver can catch the ball, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
First and 10, 13 seconds on the play clock. They're killing a lot of time here. Drop back, Lock.
Oh.
He's smothered, and Kalen Saunders finishes the job and rolls the bell.
He's a big guy.
That looks, yeah, I was going to say, that looks like a guy you do not want to be flattened by, like Drew Lock was right there.
Sometimes with the numbers, you're like, oh, who was that? As soon as I saw the big belly, I'm like, that's Kalen Saunders. That one's an easy one.
Oh.
The athletic Kalen Saunders as well. He's a big boy, but it's like pot roast. He doesn't mess about.
That's why he rolled so much there. He just had a lot of momentum.
He just kept rolling.
he couldn't stop
Couldn't
himself.
stop himself. 2nd and 18 as we dip under 6 minutes here. Drew Lock dropping down, stepping up in the pocket.
Oh,
Should have been intercepted.
picked.
Demario Davis swats the ball down as Kool-Aid McKinstry looks at him and goes, good play, bro. I was going to catch the ball. But 3rd and 18. 5:56 left on the clock. Again, the Giants, they've got a bit of a drive going, but they're killing a lot of the clock whilst they do it. Malik Neighbors on the sideline for 3rd and 18 is criminal. You've got probably the most important down of your game so far, and Malik Neighbors is on the sideline.
That seems a very Giants thing to do.
Yeah, throw Tommy DeVito back in. 3rd and 18, play clock at 3-2, drop back to Lock. Fires underneath to Bellinger for like his 19th catch of the day. He falls forward to the original down and distance. So it'll be 4th and 10 at midfield, and the Giants are in midfield again.
That looked like they're going to go for it, because that looked like a play where you're thinking, just get us into manageable. You know, if you can make it 4th and 10 or less, that'll be fine. That's what that looked like.
I think you're bang on it. A designed positive play on 3rd down to make a slightly more manageable 4th down, but 4th and 10, again, clock's getting towards 5 minutes here.
Is there no
I
urgency?
think Neighbors is still on the sideline.
They're showing cover 0. They do
2
blitz.
seconds on the play clock. Lock drops back. He throws. What a fantastic throw. Climbing the pocket, finding Wandell Robinson. Well played, Drew Lock, because, yeah, the pressure was there. 1st and 10. Again, very slowly walking up. Great play, but come on, try and capitalize on it. Worked the pocket really well there, Lock. 4:45 left, 1st and 10. Play clock down at 16, 15. Do drop it. Till Lock. Found Neighbors back on the field. He's going to be down at the 1 and inbounds. And again, fantastic play. Great catch. The clock is running. Let's see a bit of urgency, please. But great catch. Did really well to hang on. 1st and goal.
Quarterback sneak, surely. Oh.
It is, but there's got to have been a false start or a timeout.
No,
or
timeout.
something.
Yeah, timeout Saints.
I don't hate that, because the play clock is, again, running way down. 4 minutes 14 left. This drive has taken 6 minutes, and when you're down 11 points in the fourth quarter, they're very idly.
I shall return.
This is where Drew Brees. Okay, this is where Drew Brees would make his bread and butter. He would just jump over the pile with the ball, touchdown. We'll see what the Giants do, but they can't really afford to keep the clock running. What would you do, Dave?
I mean, I would go tush push, but because they showed their hand just before the time out, I'm not so sure it would be the best thing.
Well, from the looks of it here, they're going to break. If Malik Nate
Oh
Neighbors
no,
goes right.
this is not a good decision.
They spread it out. 4 wide receivers. Tracy's in the backfield. Bellinger's in motion. They know it's man on man. Tracy, a second effort. I think he's got their second effort.
No.
No. The line judge marks it short. So again, the clock is running here. Precious time coming off the clock. No real urgency here. Second and goal. We're now under 4 minutes. Giants line up.
See, they're stopping him.
22, 21, 20. We're down to 3 minutes 46. What's going on?
They've whistled.
I'm assuming they're going to put time back on the clock because the officials seemingly weren't letting the Giants.
Oh no, they've called it a touchdown.
Okay. I thought you got there with the effort, but they regroup and do give him the touchdown, which means they will put time back on the clock as well. I'd be surprised if this doesn't go close to 4 minutes on the clock.
I think that's a silly decision. I know they got it, but I mean by the skin of their teeth, and they should not have done. No, at the 1 yard line, they line up in shotgun formation and hand it off for a basic, simple inside zone. They're lucky they got it.
It's good that the line judges, they took their time. They do come up with the correct decision. The Giants have to go for 2 to make it a field goal game. So 14-9, they line up for 2. They put on 30-odd seconds back on the play clock, so that's good for them. Locke drops back. He's rolling out to his right. The ball is going to be tipped and caught by Neighbors somehow as the Saints defenders just gawk at the ball in the air. But it's 14-11. The Giants bring this back to a field goal game. Very fortunate to get that. I don't really know what the defenders were doing. Malik Neighbors, thankfully, looked alive. It was tipped by Kalen Saunders. And Neighbors came down with it. 14-11. Any score updates, Nielsen?
Yeah, so the Dolphins are 23-23 with the Jets have the ball. Again, 2nd and 6 on their own 26 with 6:59 to go. The Vikings are 35-21 up over the Falcons, and they have the ball in field goal range. 3:49 to go in the game. Eagles are 22-16 over the Panthers. Panthers are 4th and 4 on Philly's 32-yard line. Browns scored a touchdown. Steelers are now lead that one 27-14. Pittsburgh are 3rd and 7 on their own 33. And the Buccaneers are 21-13 over the Raiders with 2:03 to go in the game. Bucks have the ball 3rd and 6 on the 29-yard line of Las Vegas. We're really keeping an eye on the Panthers who have the ball. And we're keeping an eye on
and should fire everybody because they've just took a delay of game.
Oh.
4th and 4, they've taken a delay of game.
Why?
That is criminal.
That
is a fireable offense. Game on the line, down 6 on the Philly 32, 4th and 4, and you take a delay of game.
That is absolutely horrendous. That's horrendous. So we're keeping an eye on the Dolphins. We're keeping an eye on the Panthers. Those are really the only 2 games that have anything going on. Bucks are up 27-13 over the Raiders. Baker Mayfield threw a touchdown pass to McMillan for 29 yards. So it'll be 28-13 pending the extra point, which they've just popped in. Tua throws a pass to Jaden Waddle. And there's a penalty, a roughing the passer penalty, 15 yards enforced to move it to the Jets' 49-yard line, 2nd and 7. Minnesota rushing touchdown in Jones, 15 yards, 41-21, pending the extra point in that one. It's all happening now. Everyone's doing something.
Can I point out something very quickly that every time Tua gets sacked, the offensive lineman should be fined a week's wages. Every single sack on Tua, a week's wages.
The Panthers incomplete. Pass intended for Adam
Game over.
Thielen. Eagles get the ball. 29 seconds to go. That is the game. 22-16.
Shout out Tim Durbin, the only person to pick the Jacksonville Jaguars over Tennessee in the WINFL pick'ems, which seemingly Dave seems to have given up on. He did not pick anything so far.
I
I've
missed a few. I think I didn't pick them all last week, was it? There was one week.
My
I
ESPN ones, I've missed the Thursday Night Football 3 times, and 3 times the game I would have picked won. So I'm just hindering myself on ESPN. But I think I'm up to date on the sleeper one.
I forgot for about 3 weeks. So I'm just here to make up the numbers now. On
Yeah,
the
2 weeks
pick'ems,
ago you
not the
bought
podcast.
3.
Yeah, I think I only managed to get the 10 o'clock games in.
So the Saints have the ball. 4 minutes 11 left. It will be run the ball here, I imagine. Try and make the... Oh no, he fakes it to Kamara. Derek Carr going deep left. MVS. No way he's controlled that ball in bounds, surely.
No.
No. So all they did was take 5 seconds off the clock. Giants have 3 timeouts and a 2-minute warning. The clock is not the Saints' friend at the moment.
No.
And not when you make plays like that.
They should be running on first down. I don't know why they pass on first down when the clock is your enemy.
Second and 10. They do now fake it to Kamara as if he's Taysom Hill. If he runs out of bounds, I'm going to kill him.
What is he doing?
And Derek Carr's now injured. This is just
What was he doing?
unbelievably bad play calling.
On 2nd and 10, he leaps out of bounds, hurts himself, stops the clock.
Just basically everything that could go wrong with that play the Saints just did. Your starting quarterback, who is not Taysom Hill, fakes handoff on a read option, jumps over a pile of bodies, probably does his left shoulder in. From the looks of it, his arm and his shoulder on his left arm is going to be knackered.
I mean, the way that he came down and holding.
Well, that was genius. Fantastic New Orleans Saints. Well done.
Oh my goodness.
Way to just ruin. Just criminal. He's broke his arm. I'd be amazed if his forearm isn't shattered.
Oh, he might be okay. He might not have broken anything. It didn't.
That's shocking.
Well, as Niosa, hopefully
Yeah.
Derek Carr's okay, but Niosa also pointed out, the clock stopped.
He's got it out of bounds.
Jake
Von-
Hayner.
Jake Hayner comes in, but this...
I mean, you're right, Jake. Everything about that play was stupid. First of all, first down, run the ball. Second down, if you're going to run the ball and stay in bounds. And if you're a quarterback, don't try and go Superman out of bounds.
I love the fact that Derek Carr's tried to make a play there. I respect that as a football player, that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to get the first down, you're trying to make the play. But you be situational. We don't have Taysom Hill. You are the starting quarterback. Jake Hayner now in 3rd and 1, so he didn't get the first down, just to really add insult to injury. A pitch to Kendrick Miller 6 yards back.
What?
So then Kendrick Miller runs for 4 yards, and that's a negative 2-yard rush. Just unbelievably poor play calling that entire Oh, that is
That's one of the
not a good look for
worst
Clint Kubiak.
offensive series that I have seen in a long time from a team with a 3-point lead with 4 minutes to go in the game. You had an incomplete pass. I don't know why you're passing, followed by a horrendous decision making by whoever made that decision for Carr. And then
Just to
followed
be
by
really
that.
pedantic, the Saints punt the ball with 13 seconds left on the play clock. The Giants field it. They managed to get out maybe to their 15, but that's another
That's
10,
another 10,
13
12
seconds
seconds that
just
you've given them.
left on the clock.
What are they doing?
This is such a poor game from both teams, but my God. I feel like we're not watching a professional game here.
I'm struggling to see the logic for either of these teams in this game.
Well,
I don't know
none of
what's going
that
on.
last series made any sense whatsoever for the Saints. None of it.
Well, the Giants only needing a field goal. I've got plenty of time. I've got 3 timeouts, the 2-minute warning, and 3 minutes and 7 seconds on the clock. So, no pressure. Get a good drive going. Drew Lock steps back. He should have been sacked, but he manages to scramble his way for 3 or 4 yards. Dives and trying to call a flag, which is just sad, to be honest. They're sliding, like quarterbacks sliding late, and then a player who's already mid tackle.
Don't like these late slides. Don't like them at all.
But 2nd and 7, clock is running. They need to get a playoff here. Oh, I don't know if he was tripped or he fell, but Malik Neighbors had a good route going and is in the deck. Stops the clock, but 3rd and 7.
There's no urgency about the Giants. Well, there doesn't need to be. There were 3 minutes and 3 timeouts.
Yeah. But they wasted a good 30 seconds there. And like I said, I don't know if he just tripped or cut himself in the turf. It's the MetLife turf.
The
He looked like he
MetLife,
was going right anyway, and the ball was going left. So I don't think he was ever catching the ball. But
MetLife turf monster.
yeah, 3rd and 7, 2 minutes 29 left. Wandale Robinson in motion. Lock back to pass.
Oh,
Deep to Slayton. Again, the ball was in the air for an age, and the Saints defenders look at each other going, what's going on?
because they didn't look for the ball until it was too late.
Slayton manages to turn around, locate the ball, catch the ball before he's ever located by a Saints player. But a good 4th quarter for Drew Lock. He's finally managed to come alive a little bit.
Well, you guys know my feelings about Drew Lock. I've always liked Drew Lock. I didn't like the trade for trading him away when they got Russell Wilson. It didn't really work out for him in Seattle, though he did have some couple of nice games. But Gino was playing really well. And then, of course, he goes to the...
A very generous... Oh, no, I was going to say, if they give the timeout to the Giants, it's very generous. The delay of game here on 1st and 10, out of a play that went out of bounds, is really highlighting how badly this game is being managed by both teams.
But
Oh, they're giving them the delay of game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then
Yeah,
Locke never really
going
got a
off to
chance
the-
early this season, which he should have done, because Daniel Jones was putrid through the first few games. And instead they went with DeVito, and then they're going to Locke.
Now, 1st and 15 from their own 32. Again, only needing a field goal, so not a great urgency.
Oh,
Drew Lock battered down. It's going to be called incomplete, but Chase Young runs it into the end zone just for aesthetics. Signals touchdown. Love the effort, but no. Battered down. 2nd and 15.
Yes.
Granderson that got his hand up, his big claw. And they're now somewhere where they've not been for a lot of the second half, behind the chains. 2nd and 15.
Bucks.
it was Turner.
Bucks have beaten the Raiders 28-13. It's official, Eagles over Panthers 22-16.
Okay. Second 15, again, play clock at 1, but managed to get it off to Drew Lock. Finds Tracy. He's got to stay in bounds, you'd think. Gains a couple of extra yards, but it's going to be third in a while.
That's going to
And
go
it'll
down to
take us
2
to the
minutes.
2 minute.
Yep.
Oh, they're not going to let the clock run down to the 2 minute. Oh,
They are indeed. 2 minute warning. It's going to be, what, third and 10?
that's a 2 minute warning. Also in the 2 minute warning, Jets and Dolphins tied at 23. Jets have the ball first and 10 on Miami's 45-yard line. Vikings are 42-21 up over the Falcons. Falcons have the ball first and 15 on Minnesota's 25-yard line, also at the 2 minute warning. With a 2 minute warning in our game, it's 14-11 to the Saints. Giants have the ball. Third and 9 on their own 38. Steelers are 27-14 up over the Browns. 3:03 to go in the game. Steelers have the ball, but it is 4th and 25, so I'm assuming they're going to punt on that one. And the Seahawks-Cardinals has just kicked off. And the Cardinals have first and 10 on their own 41-yard line to start the game.
What's your feeling here, Dave? 14-11, Giants got the ball. And third and long, but they only need probably about 20 yards to be in field goal range.
I mean, it would be criminal if the Saints lost from here, considering what 3/4 of the game has been with the state of play from the Giants' offense. I'm not putting it solely on Drew Lock. I think there's been a good few drops. The offensive line has pushed him into some positions that, you know, you can put that down to being the Saints having a really good defensive line play. But this is, I mean, if the Jags Titans wasn't playing today, we would definitely have the worst game to watch along to. If the Jags Titans was not it. But
It's just, there shouldn't be, the 2 minute warning should have been 5 minutes ago, because the Saints should have taken that clock all the way down. And they didn't.
Yes.
Steelers punt. Kadarius Toney muffs the punt. Steelers get the ball back on Cleveland's 16-yard line.
Kadarius Toney still doing Kadarius Toney things. You love to see it.
he was so hyped coming out of college though, Kadarius Toney.
He was.
But I tell you what, someone else that was really hyped coming out of college that has been underwhelming this year. I'm not saying through his own, through a fault of his own, but Rome Odunze in Chicago, because he's just not had much opportunity really.
But is that a product of the whole Caleb Williams thing? I mean, how hyped is he?
And his offensive coordinator has already been fired, so it's not a great start for either.
And his offensive line is just garbage. So it's
out of the 2 minute warning, third and 9. The Giants on their own 38. Drew Lock back, breaks the pocket again, but he's getting chased. Precy's got a hold of him. Drew Lock tried his best there, but he was getting harassed. It falls incomplete. 3 timeouts. Technically, they could punt the ball away and hope to get a stop, but they're not going to. You're not going to risk that. First down would absolutely kill the game. So 4th and 9. Again, on 3rd and 9, when you know you're going for 4th down, most likely, I would have loved to see a better play call.
4th and 9.
But this is the game. If the Saints get this, well, again, they could stop them theoretically, but all intents and purposes, very
Saints
important down.
Prevent defense for the Saints.
Rushing 4 and then play into the boundary. Drew Lock out to the right, fakes it, throws it straight to Demario Davis, who falls down. Has not been touched.
Did he
And
give
he's
himself
been
up?
Has not been touched, yeah. He's not been touched, and the Giants did not pay any attention. Demario Davis is going to walk in for a touchdown.
Are they going to say he gave himself up?
But he didn't. He just wasn't touched.
He caught the
That's a
ball
touchdown.
and then took a knee.
I think he slipped. I think that's a touchdown. I understand what you're saying. They might just say he was down, but that is 100% a touchdown for me.
Let's see what happens. He catches
Yeah,
it.
I think
They're signaling exactly what you said, Neil. So they're saying he's like either give himself up or kind of took a knee.
I know, it's because he kind of jogged off. They're saying he gave himself up. I think I must be
But
what
he
it was.
pointed forward. That's terrible. That's a touchdown. That's a touchdown. At no point He slipped, he got up, he pointed forward, ran in. Given he ran sideways, but he ran forward in a sideways. That's on the Giants. If you, that's just bad play.
I've seen better slips in the Christmas drama theater performances, and that's not a slip.
If
That's
I'm the defensive coordinator for the Giants, I'm fuming. They've got away with one there.
Hmm.
But the Saints on first down finally do the right thing and run the ball. Probably for a gain of one, maybe two. The Giants take their first timeout from the looks of it.
The
So a minute 38 left.
the New York Jets are 4th and 7 on Miami's 24-yard line, tied at 23 with 56
goal.
seconds to go.
Field goal to, well, not win it, but field goal to go ahead late.
Field goal to go ahead.
2nd and 9 here for the Saints. A first down ends the game.
Yeah, first down.
No matter what, you have to make the Giants use their timeouts here, especially, no offense, but Jake Hayner is your quarterback. It's, it's not Derek Carr. You're not choosing him.
No,
Let's
you
throw
just
for a
run
first
the
down.
ball 3 times and that's it. Run the
Oh.
ball.
Fakes it, and he's going to take a sack, which is better than throwing the ball, but it's still a terrible decision. But he looked like he was going to dirt it for a second, which would have been the worst.
You've got
case scenario.
Alvin
At least
Kamara.
make the Giants take it.
Run the ball 3 times.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a really bad look for both teams. But props to Jake Hayner not panicking and throwing the ball. He took the sack. Had to take the sack. Yeah, did well.
yeah, he
in the
pulled
end.
out the throw.
Made,
Yeah,
made the best of a very bad situation. But 3rd and 19, all you're going to do now is run the ball and punt it back to the Giants. So the Giants will get another chance here.
Yes, they've got one more timeout, which they will call here. There's 1:34 to go in the game.
So after a play and a punt, they're probably going to have about 125 left, no timeouts, and a long way to go, barring a terrible punt. But we'll see what the Saints do. 3rd and 19, they do hand it off to Kamara. It does gain a yard. The Giants will take their timeout.
In the
So,
other
not
games, New York Jets field goal is good. They lead 26-23 with 52 seconds to go. Steelers are 27-14. They're in victory formation already with the ball on Cleveland's 7-yard line. It's at the 2-minute warning. Cardinals are 7-0 up over the Seahawks. And with 11:53 to go in the first, they scored a touchdown there.
Derek Carr in concussion protocol, and they're looking at his left hand for an injury.
Not good. Not good.
Miami
Right,
got a
need a good
huge
punt.
return on the kickoff. 45-yard return out of bounds at the 46-yard line.
Huge. Matthew Hayball punting the ball. Needs a good one. The Giants is going to field it at the 19. He runs it for a good 7-8 yards there. They're going to get the ball at the, well, it looks to me like the 27, maybe the 28. 1 minute 21 left on the clock. Needing a touchdown to win, a field goal to tie it.
It's the field goal to tie.
Now, no timeouts, but minute 21 playing to work with, as long as we see a bit more hustle than we have in this 4th quarter from them. And a lot of plays, I imagine, to the exterior trying to stop the clock.
That body slam has to be one of the dumbest plays of the year.
This
Just-
Yeah,
this game has been full of dumb plays. Absolutely full of them.
it's been a... Drew Lock steps back, finds Tracy over the middle. He takes it forward for about 13 yards. Very soft defense from the Saints. The clock is running, but a very positive first play for the Giants.
Don't like that. There's too much time on the clock to be playing a defense like that.
Yeah, you see this a lot in the NFL. Very soft defense. There's a minute and 2 left. The Giants 1st and 10. Deep. If he's caught that, that is
no,
sensational, but he did not.
incomplete. No, it was close.
Alontae Taylor on Neighbours 1-on-1, number 1 on number 1 as well. Manages to force the incompletion, but the clock does stop. 55 seconds left, 2nd and 10. Getting towards midfield as well, which is where we've seen pretty much every Giants drive come to die. What a
great
play by
play.
Alontae
Great-
Taylor
yeah.
breaking that up.
Wow, that he had it, but just at the last second, stripped.
Really good second effort from the DB. They put 2 seconds back on the clock for 57 seconds on the clock. Drew Lock dropping back. Again, tipped at the line of scrimmage. That time was caught Anderson. I managed to get it from the looks of it. Face mask on Breesy, but not given. Third and 10. We know they're playing with 2 downs there, so you don't have to get the whole 10 yards, but you do have to be wary of the clock as well.
Oh, they're showing pressure. A lot of pressure. Oh, no.
They bail out of it. Only 4 rushing. Drew Lock drops back, finds over the middle. Incomplete, but is there going to be a flag? No flag. Wendell Robinson was wearing a defender like a backpack, but no flag. 4th and 10.
Oh, that's a lot of contact.
Yeah.
I think it's okay. I think it's okay.
On second viewing, it wasn't until the ball was there. Very tight coverage, but again, possible ball game decider here. Last time Saints got an interception on this play. Let's see what happens. 4th and 10. Drew Lock dropping back. Pocket collapses. He goes forward. He's going to rush for it. We've seen this many times. He rushes, and he does a Patrick Mahomes. He looks like he's going to go outside, tiptoes the sideline, takes a huge gain. By far, probably their leading rusher now. A great decision from Drew Lock to climb the pocket. That takes him to 59 yards on the day, far and away the best rusher in the entire game.
And
So they're
that
well within field goal range now. What are you going to say, Nicholas?
Oh no, I was just going to say, so they're within field goal range. 35. What is it? Where are they?
About 53. Be about 53 yarder from here.
So it's still close.
Neighbours catches the ball. Terrible defense. He's been broken about 9 tackles. This is just peak Saints football right here. 29 seconds left. The clock is running. They're going to need to spike this ball. Why settle for a field goal when you can get a touchdown? They do spike the ball with 20 seconds remaining. Malik Neighbours caught the ball about 7 yards down the field. Should have been wrapped up, wasn't. Should have been tackled again, wasn't. And then slipped about another 7 tackles. We were praising Olante Taylor earlier.
That's
2 people that had him dead to rights.
No, I mean, that is some terrible defending.
5 tacklers missed.
Carl Granson, the defensive end who was rushing the quarterback, who ends up getting the tackle. That's how poor of a tackling it was. Just disgraceful. 20 seconds left. 2nd and 10 at the Saints' 12-yard line. The Giants going for the win. Well within... Oh, there's got to have been a false start or something there. That was wild.
That left tackle, I think.
Flag on the plate.
I was going to say, nothing silly here for the Giants. They're in field goal range. The last thing you want to do is to get a false start, take a sack, make things harder for yourself. You've got a chance to win the game.
Dolphins tied it up at 26. 7 seconds to go in the game. Jets have the ball on their own 30-yard line. It's tied at 26.
Second and 15, 20 seconds still on the clock. Drew Lock drops back. Oh, he had Wendell Robinson, but threw it low, so it couldn't be intercepted. You can't blame him for that, but Wendell Robinson unable to come up with it. 3rd and 15, 16 seconds left. Again, you absolutely want to try and win this game, but do not throw this game away if you're the New York Giants. You're all within field goal range to tie the game.
We have been rejoined by Patrick Jackson.
Throw it away.
Hi, Patrick. He says, up the mother flipping Jakes.
3rd and 15. Again, got to be sensible if you're the Giants. Drew Lock does drop back. He throws it deep right, out of bounds. Right play. If it's not there, throw it away. You now have a very makeable field goal to tie the game up. Again, Drew Lock, terrible first half, no denying that. I've really liked what I've seen fourth quarter. Just smart play,
been
running
get-
for first downs, good catches, throwing the ball away when necessary.
I think he's
Graham
got
Gano
about
stepping up.
he's got about 130, 140 yards in this fourth quarter, considering it was 90 odd after the first three.
The 35-yard attempt, basically an extra point.
Yeah.
Snapped.
Oh!
No, it's blocked. Oh, the Giants have gianted.
Did he
That is the
shank that
curse
or
of
was it
MetLife.
blocked? Was that blocked or did he shank
Surely,
it?
surely it's
It was
blocked.
blocked, yeah.
You know who he's saying players don't tank? Graham Gano might have just tanked. The Giants fans should be delighted with that decision. The Giants fans are in the stands upset. They should be delighted with this. They've just secured themselves to
Breezy.
stay in the top two.
It was I think it was Breezy that got the hand up.
He did.
That
Did
is
he
35 yards,
leap
2 yards extra
right?
than extra
Oh,
point.
did he leap from a 3-point
Oh.
stance over? He must have done.
Still
He
a-
did. Did he?
It's still a low kick.
Uh, that-
Breezy was falling by the time he got over.
Wow.
That's brutal for the Giants fans. But again, the Saints kneel out. They win this game 14-11. The Giants, it's hard to lose a game like that. You should be delighted if you're a fan. Because you're now,
Bags.
they've got they got the 8 bags. The Saints. The good news for the Giants, they still lead the series 17-16 against the New Orleans
Oh
Saints.
my word. Oh my word. That's. I mean, what are we? How is that? Like the third time this season where we've seen. Okay, so
Oh,
that wouldn't
at
have been a
least.
game-winning kick. Could have been a game-tying kick blocked. And,
I'm in
as
shock.
time expires.
I can't believe that. I mean, let alone seeing a 300-pound man from like a 3-point stats jump and then bounce up and then block it. It's it's
insane.
unreal.
It's
What
insane.
what a game! What a way to finish the game, though.
There you go, Jake. Your Saints.
Well, 2 games behind the Bucks.
You're 5-8
Needing a
now.
lot of help.
You're 5-8. Okay, let's have a look at some of the scores around the league before we wrap this one up. The Bucks are 7-6 after a 28-13 win over the Raiders. Raiders 42-11. Steelers 27-14 over the Browns. Steelers go to 10-3. Browns are 3-10. Eagles finally struggled to see off the Panthers 22-16. Eagles move to 11-2. Panthers fall to 3-10. The Vikings ended up absolutely pummeling the Falcons 42-21. Vikings are now 11-2. Falcons are 6-7. So you're 1 game behind the Falcons. Jaguars secured a 10-6 win to move up to 3-10 and bring the Titans down to 3-10. The Saints, with that one, they win 14-11. They move up to 5-8. Giants fall to 2-11. And the games remaining, Jets Dolphins is now in overtime. They're tied at 26. The Dolphins have the ball. They got the ball first in overtime. And in the first of the late kickoffs, the Arizona Cardinals are defeating the Seattle Seahawks 7-0. The Seahawks do have the ball, 4th and goal on Arizona's 2-yard line. Gentlemen, that was an experience, shall we say? Dave, I'll get your views on the game before we go to Jake before we finish. What did you make of that game, Dave?
For about 55 of the 60 minutes, I was very underwhelmed. It was, yeah, the decision making by both teams needs to be seriously addressed and seriously analyzed. I'm not impressed with either, particularly the Giants. So, yeah, both teams tried to lose it. I think would be a good way to sum it up. But how much damage have the Saints done to the rest of their season with that crazy Derek Carr run? To try to go for the first down. So he's in concussion protocol at the moment. Like they immediately put that in. And also his hand has been evaluated, which we saw how fragile he looked holding his left arm. So yeah, it's going to be a good run in to the end of the season for the Saints. Maybe not for the Saints fans because they are going to be nervous. Jake, I'll be renewing that blood pressure prescription sometime very, very shortly. But the Giants are in deep, deep trouble.
Jake, what did you make of it?
I mean, yeah, very, very sloppy second half from the Saints. Some very bad play calling. Much better kind of fourth quarter from the Giants offensively. I think this was the best case scenario for the Giants. They showed signs of life and secure their top 2 draft status still. The Saints, yeah, with two games behind the Bucks, we need an awful lot of help to win the division. Your starting quarterback's possibly injured. Your backup quarterback and kind of weapon is injured. Winning a game is great, but does it do much good? Probably not. We're at that weird end of the season where you don't know whether to celebrate a win or hope your team secretly loses. So I think a net good result for the Giants fans. Not the organization, not for Brian Daboll, but for the fans, they shouldn't be too disheartened.
Yeah, it's been difficult for the fans for some time now, and it's hard when your team's got, constant injuries and you've seen some of your best players out. It's very difficult to find some sort of glimmer of hope for your team. But the reality is, depending on what happens with Derek Carr, you are only 1 game behind second place, 2 games behind the division leader. I mean, it is possible. I'm not saying it's likely, especially if Carr misses some time now. It's possible that you can still win this division. And that's just insane to think that. I wouldn't have thought that just 3 weeks ago. Just not thought that at all.
Can you imagine Jake Hayner leading the Saints to the playoffs?
The only way
And
he's
with your
doing
week
that.
18 at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh my word, that could be interesting. The only way that Jake Hayner does it is if he just hands off to Alvin Kamara on every single play. Which I'll tell you what, it's not that bad a tactic.
And with Kendry Miller playing well, you never know.
Miller looks
Also,
really
the
good.
Saints schedule compared to the Falcons and the Bucks is not even remotely close.
They're not.
Especially even with a fit quarterback. No, we've got Commanders at Packers, home to Raiders, at Bucks.
Oh, that's 2-2
It's
looks
a pipe dream.
Looks optimistic.
Generous.
Generous, it does. Gentlemen, we will leave it there. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you very much to everyone who's tuned in to our stream. We will see you next time. We're going to be keeping an eye on what's going on in the Miami Dolphins New York Jets game. That's one's in overtime, as I say. But the other ones, Bills and Rams, have just kicked off. Bears and 49ers have just kicked off. Dave will let you go to enjoy your Rams game. Jake, thanks very much for stopping by.
Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed my play calling.
I certainly did. And thank you to everyone watching at home. And we'll see you next time on the WINFL show.